Welcome to Tempting Fate, and welcome to Evil Dead Part 2. We started off last week with a little bit of an experiment. It is our first multi-chapter campaign in the Lasers and Feelings system. Usually we've just been doing one-offs. This time we're doing a little bit of a three-parter, and last week was pretty nuts. We had special guests, the Library Bards, and let's see, Bonnie blew Xander's head off with a shotgun, and then Sam split Bonnie's head in two with an axe. Right. Sam, by the way, the Deadite killing MVP of last week, which just goes to show what I have always said. If I had to fight Deadites, I would want Sam's help.
You've always said that.
Yes, I have always said that.
And now we have context.
I remember 2009.
Right.
Yep.
You didn't know who Sam was yet.
No.
So welcome, and it's
in a book.
Oh, something happened. We'll get there. So first, I would like to welcome our special guests. First, starting over here, we have Havana Mahoney.
Hey guys!
From Iron Keep and all sorts of saving throw stuff, Geek and Sundry. And we are welcoming back Megan Caves from Wild Cards and EXP and all sorts of stuff. And she has been with us twice before as part of the extended Tempting Fate family now. And making this a little extra cool, especially for me. When I was a kid, I used to love it when stuff would cross over with each other. And before in the pre-Marvel days where they planned it all out and it just sort of happened sort of haphazardly and they just mash up two properties like Marvel would meet DC or two characters from different sitcoms would meet each other, and there would sort of be not a lot of concern with how it fit into either continuity. It would just sort of be kind of a fun excuse to see what would happen if you threw some people together. So I was on Wild Cards a couple of weeks ago and I had a blast, and it's this great little supernatural Western show. You should really check it out. It's like one of the best live plays on right now, and I mean the intro is worth the price of admission alone.
Yeagerov.
But Yeagerov, and it was a blast, and it's like a supernatural Western thing, and I knew that we would be doing this, and it just sort of seemed like kind of an ideal opportunity to pull one of the characters from Wild Cards into our universe for a little bit. If you are a Wild Cards fan and you are wondering how tonight will fit into the Wild Cards continuity, yes. The answer is it will not in so many ways.
Rosalind's gonna have a really weird dream.
Yes, it's a really weird dream for Rosalind, an alternate timeline. It is. You can get. Thank you, Enthusi Amy, and welcome, Enthusi Army.
Hugs for the hugging climb.
I hope Mass Effect went well. So, as usual, thanks to Dom Zook and Rick Bear, who are behind the camera, doing all the tech stuff and working the chat for us. Thank you, guys. We couldn't do this without them. And our regulars, of course. We have Max Isaacson and Sam Belev.
That's me.
And Gina DeVivo.
Hi.
Right now you are watching Saving Throw, and you probably know a lot of us or a lot of these people from Geek and Sundry, things are a little different here. We don't have a big parent like Legendary. Saving Throw gets totally by on what you give us during a show. Your donations are 100% of the budget of this place, and you have been so generous with us this season, and we are super grateful.
You're our parents now.
Yes.
We have been buffed.
I hate you.
He's going through a phase. He'll be better in an hour.
Not my real dad.
That's pretty much what he's like.
He just had too much milk this morning. He's a little fussy.
So here's how you can help out and help keep the lights on here and keep giving us a stage to do stuff like this. Here it goes. So as always, we have carrier penguins. If you want to send a carrier penguin, the carrier penguins will show up at a couple of points during the game. These guys have a way of defying time, space, circumstance. It doesn't really matter. They always have a way in and a way out. You can send a carrier penguin. Send a message to us. We can read something for you to somebody else, or just sort of you got a favorite Evil Dead moment, shout it out to us. We'd love to hear them. And then we got some tiers, some incentives for you. So. Usually our $25 tier, we throw some rerolls to the table, but the table's got 10 rerolls, and a couple of the players have a couple in hand, so we've capped those for the rest of these sessions. So $25.
Right. Yeah.
At $25, you are going. Last week we invited you to give Ash-like catchphrases to our regulars. At $25, you get to give Ash-like catchphrases to our guests. But hopefully with a Western flavor. Western it up a little bit. Oh, thank you for the sub. Oh, thank you for the subs. So yeah, $25, Ash-like catchphrases, hail to the king, groovy, that kind of thing. And at $50, there is a secret objective. I will hand out a secret objective to somebody. I even know what it is in advance this time. I usually only remember to plan it in advance about half the time, but this time I've got it. Oh, thank you again for the subs. Thank you, everybody.
That trash can lid just opened on its own.
Yeah, it loves to do that.
Yeah.
Trash ghost.
Deadites. Deadites in the trash can. So yeah, $25 Ash-like catchphrases, $50 secret objective, and at $75, there will be a chilling vision of things to come. Wow. Somebody, a random player, gets to have a premonition of the future, which I will work in whatever it is, somehow, before this thing is over. You can make it really in tune with what we're doing, or you can really try and screw me by just making it insane.
Everyone eats cereal.
The latter.
I was going to say, I'm only here once.
So yeah, that's $75. And if we get to $100, Evil Stampede. What happens is the players, no matter what they are doing, no matter what's going on, whether it is a tender romance scene or exciting adventure, a herd of hundreds of Deadite-possessed cattle are going to rampage through the scene, destroying everything and changing whatever is going on into, well, whatever they can make of it. Yeah. So, evil cattle.
I want that.
You want evil cattle.
Oh, I do. I really do.
Just, yeah. Oh, I do. Deadite cattle. It's one of my favorite. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the sub again.
Oh, yes.
And at $125, we will do something we've had some fun with the last couple of weeks, which is for a half an hour, two of the players are going to swap characters. And we'll play each other. Yeah, last week.
This has gone well.
Yes.
Exclusively gone well.
Last week it was the Library Bards. They did pretty well playing each other.
Pretty amazingly.
Before they pretty much killed each other. I don't know if there was a connection there, causal, but. So yeah, and then that's $125. And if we get to $150, okay, we've got a sleeper agent at the table. There's somebody here who has been told that if we get to, thank you for the sub. If we get to the $150 sleeper agent tier, that person is going to secretly turn against the party.
As a Deadite or just in general? Oh, no.
I'm not saying. It's a little bit different than what we did last week. Last week, somebody got possessed by the Deadites just openly. This week, we're not saying what's going to happen. Just saying somebody at this table already is prepared to turn on you. It could even be me. No, it could be. It will be a player.
No,
you're already turned against us. There's no change.
I don't know what that would mean in this case. So that's $150, and if we make it all the way to $200, you guys have been incredibly generous with us lately. If you are that generous with us, and this is what I want more than anything, next week, one of our regulars is getting a chainsaw arm.
Whoa!
And that's for realsies though, like not in game.
Yeah, no, not in game. Yes, we are actually, the ultimate weapon of the Evil Dead universe, the chainsaw arm. Somebody's getting one next week, and it'll be one of the regulars, and chat, you will get to decide who.
It was destined to be Xander, and then...
Yeah, last
Bonnie
week...
got to him.
Yeah, last
Did your
week
best.
you picked Gina.
Did my best. Got rid of both arms. He could have been so epic.
Yes. Well, you had to. I mean, the arms were possessed by Deadite. It's like that's the only thing you can do. But yeah, no. Last week you picked the $200 here. You got to pick Gina to be this week's hero of destiny.
I don't understand why you did that.
Yeah, that I also have spent a lot of time this week trying to think of how Heather can be the hero of destiny.
I'm sorry, I don't amount to anything.
But we will figure that out, or at least lampshade it with a good joke. So that's what we've got. Ash-like catchphrases, a secret objective, chilling vision of things to come, the evil stampede, player character swap, the sleeper agent, and chainsaw arm. And if you want to check that out in more detail, you can, exclamation point tips tells you how to donate, and exclamation point unlocks will tell you what these rewards are. As always,
will tell you what a chainsaw is.
Yeah, as always, subs get to give out rerolls, and your sub rerolls are the only source of rerolls left to the players for this week or for next. So if they run out today, that's it. They're just down to what you give them. So from last week, we have 10 left for the table. Those are communal. Anybody can use them at any time except me.
Yep.
I do have rerolls, by the way. I have 2 of them. Mine are forced rerolls. I can kind of screw with the table. If you get a good reroll, I can spend one of these to make you do it over again. So I have 2 of those. The table's got 10. Sam's got 2 left over. Gina's got 1. Max has got 1. And we've got a couple to hand out because we've had some subs. So Librarian Liz gives their reroll to Sam.
Thank you.
And One Unique Beast gives their reroll to Havana.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
And Strangely Raider gives their reroll to Gina.
Thank you.
And Chick at Sustar. Chicket Sustar gives their reroll to Max. Sorry about
Chai Katsu Star.
Chai Katsu Star. Thank you.
Oh, that makes a lot
there you
more
go.
sense.
Oh,
Thank you.
DJ Phoenix, $25. Oh my God, thank you so much. So that immediately, chat, you can get busy coming up with Ash-like catchphrases for our guest stars. And while we're getting there, I will introduce you to the guest stars so you know what you're doing and what they'll be. But first, a quick recap of the rules. The way this is typical Lasers and Feelings rule. This game is a reskin of Lasers and Feelings, the way, instead of Lasers and Feelings, we do it as Cool and Groovy. The polls, everybody takes a number between 2 and 5. High number means you are very cool. You know, think Mr. Spock, you are calm, cool, collected, that kind of stuff. You act
Totally
precise
cool.
action, that kind of stuff. Right, you could be a cool character and still be this. Yes. Yes, you can be a cool dweeb. Cool is just about acting from calm, precise action. Or you can be groovy. And groovy people are a little more hot-headed.
Damn right.
Wild, passionate action, that kind of thing. I'll tell you which one it is.
Right in the middle, and you're pretty cool, but a little
right. Or you could be a little
sometimes.
bit to the side of one or the other, more in the middle. And whenever you want to do something in the game that is in doubt, I will tell you if you're going to be doing something that's cool or groovy, and then you look at your number that you chose, and if it is a cool task, you want to roll under your number, and if it's a groovy task, you want to roll over your number. And that's it. Each die counts as an individual victory, and if none of your die succeed, it goes wrong. Oh, wait, I should explain. You automatically roll 1. If it's a task that I deem you prepared for, you can roll 2. And if it is something you are expert at, you can roll 3. And if none of them succeed, your task just goes wildly wrong. Oh, thank you. Yeah, if none of your die succeed, it just goes wildly wrong and things will get worse on you. If 1 succeeds, you can barely manage it at some sort of cost or complication. If 2 succeed, good job, you got whatever it is done. And if 3 succeed, it's kind of Successwood style. You will get some kind of additional little bonus, or I'll let you make up some cool finishing maneuver if it's combat or something like that. And that's pretty much all there is to know. Oh, if you roll your number exactly in tribute to the king, Ash, you get Hail to the King. That just means you get to, if you roll your number exactly, you get Hail to the King. You can store them up. You can ask me a question, which is sort of what's going on? What is a character thinking? How can I do something? Don't ask me to give away the whole ship. I probably won't tell you the whole game story, but questions that make sense at the time, you'll get totally honest answers to, and you can bank them. So if you don't have a question in that second, you can hang on to it and ask it later at a crucial moment. They've made big differences in the past few games. People have really figured out some interesting stuff by saving their questions to the right moments.
So even on just 1 success, if the number matches your number, then it counts as okay.
Yeah. So if your number's 3, any 3s you get, I count them all in one hand. It'll count as 1. But if you get you get it, then yeah, it just anytime it happens. So some people have banked quite a few of them. So first of all, we got one more reroll to give out. Jeff MO307 gives their reroll to Megan.
Ooh, thank you very much, Jeff.
So those are the rules, and that's pretty much all there is to know. Oh, help. If you want to help somebody before they do something, just shout out what you want to do. You roll. If you succeed, they get an extra die. If you fail, they just go on as if, your help just doesn't help them. And that's it. So let's meet our characters. So from last week, first reintroduce Moshe Goldfarb.
Oh, hi.
Moshe is a nerdy tinkerer, and his goal in the game is to just stay alive, which he successfully did last week. He's got an EpiPen and a cell phone and a water bottle and a map of a park in Tennessee, and a little pokey stick that you use to pick up litter.
Yeah. Didn't have a cell phone.
And last week you assigned Moshe the catchphrase "genuine enthusiasm," and that sticks this week. So that is still your catchphrase, Moshe.
Yep.
Genuine enthusiasm, and your number is 5. You are a very cool character.
Cool.
In a very specific way. So yeah, he is 5 and he is cool.
Sorry.
And Sam, the MVP Deadite killing badass of week 1. Was Phoenix, or Nyx, who was a dangerous rebel, and their goal is also to just stay alive, but really, they want to find love.
Shut up.
Yeah, see, don't say it in front of them. And they have a cell phone and a water bottle and a map of a park in Tennessee, but they don't have the pokey stick because they stuck their pokey stick into the eye of a deadite who flew off with it.
Well, when you put it that way.
No, it made sense at the time. Phoenix's catchphrase oh wow, thank you, Huff. Whoa, thank you, Wayne Shark. Oh my God, we got all kinds of cheers to unlock. Okay, we will get back to that. Thank you, everybody, so much. Wow, yeah, okay. Phoenix's catchphrase, and we're using catchphrase very liberally here because it's a bit of a paragraph, but I may be non-binary, but I will engender your dismemberment.
I will endeavor to be clever and remember to dismember.
That's easy for you to say.
It was not, I assure you.
You know, they really made good on the dismemberment thing last week.
I didn't dismember, I only stabbed. It was a pain.
You split somebody's head in half with an axe.
Technically, I dismembered.
Yeah, you were the only dismemberer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I will not be a
stand
part of
corrected.
any club that has me as a dismember.
Hashtag Sampuns. Let us know what you think in the chat. So that was Nyx, and Nyx was a groovy character. Their number is 2. And Heather Montgomery, played by Gina DeVivo. Heather is a weird explorer type. She's a bit of a California stoner.
I like to experiment.
And her goal was just to keep being awesome. And she was pretty awesome last week. And she's got a lighter and a cell phone and a map of a park in Tennessee and a water bottle and a pokey stick and a Kandarian dagger.
And a shotgun.
And a shotgun. With a few shells. We'll say a non-specific number of shells that are just enough to keep you going until I think you should be in trouble.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
This is what you get when you buy from the narratively convenient brand.
Yes, exactly.
Dang, I knew it. I should have bought the other kind.
And Heather's number was 3. She's groovy-ish. She's a little the groovy side of the middle. And Heather's catchphrase is "I'm gonna rub some stink on it."
You were so good with it.
So thank you for that, chat.
Everything is real stated around me.
Yeah, that was how we shut down last week's episode. Heather, the shotgun, and cranked out that catchphrase.
So good.
And as I mentioned before, last week the $200 tier was to let the chat pick who this week's hero of destiny is in Evil Dead. Ash is the hero from the sky. This is a little bit similar. Heather opened up the Necronomicon and saw there an ancient picture of herself standing in some non-specific desert, and with a title over it that said,
Kind of looks a little bit like where we are now.
"Yeah, the hero of destiny."
The hero of the grass.
Oh my god! That would totally end up how I am.
Retcon. That's great. So that's those are our 3 regulars from last week, and unfortunately, rest in peace, Derek the Duke Stone King.
Love you, son.
Love you so.
And Tiffany McCaskey, who both.
You were all the parents? How did this happen?
it got weird.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. Even though they were guest stars, by no plan, just by complete twist of fate, Bonnie and Xander both wound up dying last week. They didn't have to. I was totally prepared to let them walk away alive.
Who said you were?
It just, yeah, no, it didn't. Yeah,
I was not prepared to let them walk away alive.
Clearly, you were not. So yeah, rest in peace, Derek and Tiffany. So let's meet.
McNasty, rest in peace.
Yes, McNasty. So let's meet this week's characters. First, why don't we start with Benna, who is playing Sheriff Joanna Bassett.
It's true.
Joanna, Sheriff Bassett is the sheriff of Destiny, California. Tonight's game.
That's right.
That's right. Last week, our heroes fell through a time portal and found themselves on a desert road right by a sign that said 2 miles to Destiny, California. And
What's your last name, Sheriff?
Bassett.
Bassett.
Like a horn.
Bassett.
Or the hound. Yeah.
B-A-S-S-E-T. And Joanna is the local sheriff.
Wow, he's Howie.
Oh my God, David Flegel.
Yeah.
Wow.
Too kind.
Whoa,
Thank you
no, we've
so
got
much.
Land Shark and Hubs too. Damn.
I know. Look at that! Look
Yeah,
at that
oh my God.
beautiful screen.
Dom or Rick
You
should
can.
probably
We
get
are.
busy brainstorming new tiers, just in case. But thank you so much, everybody. Wow. So yeah, Joanna is the sheriff of Destiny, California, and the year, by the way, is 1884. She is a daring sheriff. Her character type is daring, and her goal is to protect her town. She's one of these tough as nails sheriffs, and she is the thin blue line between the town and everything. She is the law in these parts, as they say.
We'll get along.
And she's got a 6-gun, and she's got a badge, her number's 3, so she's just on the groovy side of center. Do you want to tell us anything else about Sheriff Bassett? Anything we should know?
She's really hard on people, but got to get the job done. Got to keep the town safe, and if you're stepping on toes while you're doing it, that's how it goes.
All right. So we will keep an eye on Sheriff Bassett for big things. And our crossover character from Wildcards. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
All right. Well, my name is Rosaline Saoirse-Byrne, and this will be a little different. Like Rick said, it's not canonical, and it's sort of an alternate reality since the Land of Deadlands, which is our Wildcard setting, is actually an alternate reality. So we're kind of going like so many alternate realities here. So I'll give you a little bit about who Rosaline is for that world and how she'll translate here. So she is a huckster on the other show, which is effectively a witch of some kind, but huckster's powers are all card-based. So she can do crazy things with a spectral deck of cards. She's also a knife fighter, she's a high-class escort, and she's a blackmailer. So for this particular game, she's going to be a 2, so she's completely groovy because she's incredibly curious and she is pretty brash.
Oh my God! Thank you, Castillo. Oh my God, Estelle Castillo. Thank you again.
I've been there.
We got a lot of catch up.
Yeah, it's like thank you. I got a ton of stuff to read here. Sorry.
Nope.
No, it's all good.
Strategy.
Yeah, she will be a 2, and for her, are we listing character goals as well?
Yes, you can
Yes?
absolutely.
Okay, which this works pretty well for her is solve occult mysteries because she's always trying to learn more things and stick her nose in everyone's business. And also she hates rich people, so she wants to be better than them. She can do rich better than they can. So
Don't
we'll see
gotta
how
worry
she
about that.
yeah, how she plays out here.
Yeah, this character's pretty awesome. When I was in Wildcards, it was nice. She would attack, and she attacks with these sort of magic cards that form this like wild cone,
Yeah,
and
she's
this
got
sort of
her
devil joker thing that pops out of
those are
nowhere.
great.
Her knives, Mary and Scarlet.
Yes, and yeah, the knives. We got the knives.
How do I ship it before the show even starts?
We have a character in search of love. So we have so wow.
With Gabe, but
So yes, welcome Sheriff Joanna Bassett and Rosaline S. Byrne. And we have unlocked tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Come on now.
So, first of all, thank you so
Bring your
much.
meat
But
tiers.
second of all, I got to delay the start just a little bit while I explain what some of that means.
We've got to be.
There's definitely a secret
Here it is.
objective about to get passed out.
Yes. So, secret objective is going to get passed out. Why don't we give this to you?
Okay. I got it.
The coolest kid at the table.
And he will
It's a
keep
way
that
to describe people.
he will keep that a secret from everyone else at the table and from the chat, and he will let you know what it is at the end of the game.
He's got a special pocket for it, and I think it's
A chilling vision of things to come. A random player will have a vision of the future, which I will have to work into a game. So I'll make myself 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. So 2, 3, 4. You get to have a chilling vision of things to come. Start thinking about it. I'll let you know when it happens.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And you have unlocked the evil stampede, which I really thought would not happen until the game was going and would just happen whenever it happened, but it's happened
now it's gonna
before the
happen
game has started. So what I'll just say is the evil stampede will just happen at a good moment. I will keep it in pocket. You know, I don't know. I guess we can just go for it. We'll see what happens. So Evil Stampede on the table. Hundreds and hundreds of Deadeye cattle. Hubs! Oh my God, Hubs 40. Thank you.
Wow.
That's another. Is that another tier? Oh my God. Is it? Wait, hang on. So
Ready for this many?
So you have also unlocked the player. Yeah, you have also unlocked the player character swap.
Yep.
Oh my
At
goodness.
some point, two of you are going to have to trade characters. I'm going to let them get into character a little bit before I make them swap.
I cannot do
So,
anyone's character yet.
We're going to hold that one for like an hour or something, and then we'll jump in when it seems appropriate. And is that where we're at? Just the 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Y'all are amazing. Thank you.
Hadn't been a half hour yet.
You were all incredible.
This
I
is
guess.
amazing.
So the next tier is unlocking the sleeper agent, and then beyond that, chainsaw arm.
Oh my gosh.
And we've already got some carrier penguins on the table. Hang on.
Oh no.
Blind
Trips.
Seer gives their reroll. Blind Seer gives their reroll to Havana.
Oh, I was about to pass it to you. I was like, this is for you.
Oh no, you'll want to keep
Blind
those.
Seer.
Definitely don't give them to him.
Oh, I thought you were trying to give it to him.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't deliberately give it away.
Oh my God, Denova!
Fucking help you.
All right.
Denova, thank you, man. Denova's our good
way.
pal from Geek and Sundry. We love that guy. I guess that must unlock the sleeper agent, I think. I'm waiting for confirmation on that, but I think that unlocks the sleeper agent. Wow. Okay, so basically
We already unlocked Sleeper Agent.
We already unlocked sleeper agent? Oh, sorry.
This unlocks the chainsaw.
That unlocks chainsaw. So that unlocks chainsaw arm, so we're all out now. So I'll put on the table now for at $250. Doc and Marty will make an appearance in the DeLorean.
Great.
While thumbing through their Old West adventures. That's what I've got off the top of my head for $250.
Goodness.
At a crucial moment, our players will get $250. At a crucial moment, our players will get some help from a time-traveling Doc Brown and
I'm
Marty
hoping
McFly.
Doc Brown and I hope the DeLorean and the cattle moment are in 1 second and just
That could totally happen.
It could. I have a chilling vision up my sleeve.
Yeah. So $250, Doc and Marty.
The audience.
And let this be a lesson to me in thinking of tears off the top of my head.
Yep.
So
Thinking of tears, aka crying.
Are they good tears or like
Thank you
the
so-
bad kind?
Yes.
thank you so much, everybody.
Correct. I nailed it.
Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the subs. And I think it has been hard to keep track of everything, but I think we are ready to start.
I feel like a $50 donation is gonna come in a second. So let's just
Yeah.
Just hold on.
do
for
one
2
more minute
seconds.
of banter.
Yeah, anybody? Banter? No?
Oh man, it was windy the other night, right?
It was.
Those
Anybody? Wind jokes? No? All right.
crazy.
So,
Now I'm ready to kill things with my shotgun.
Yeah, all I do is wind. Let's go.
No matter quite a
what.
shotgun.
okay.
Use this as your shotgun.
Whoa! We got a boomstick.
It came out of nowhere.
We have achieved boomstick.
Your arm is complete again.
Speaking of which, check out tonight's awesome Carrier Penguin from Meaning of Night. Carrier Penguin now has a boomstick also. You want your Carrier Penguin's armed for
Oh my
Deadeye
god,
combat.
my gun's named Daisy.
Wow,
so precious. I know.
Careful, you'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Oh my gosh.
Not Christmas Carol.
It's a model.
Okay, thank you.
It's not that time of year.
All right, so
Ready.
Well, you're just making
your
it
head is
pointed at us.
it's a little freaky. I don't
Aim
know.
it at Sam.
I don't.
Yeah, aim it at Sam.
It's made of plastic.
Yeah.
It does shoot. What does it do?
So,
It shoots things.
Deadites.
It's
All right, what we got, Rick?
all right, here we go. So,
air for me.
last week, when we left off, our players, having just barely survived their slugfest with Deadites at the Nobi cabin in Tennessee, were sucked through a portal back in time, where they found themselves in a desert, and they fell to the ground. Along with, there was a park ranger jeep, I think got sucked through with them, came crashing to the ground.
Yeah.
And all the weapons you guys got them last week, which is an axe and a chainsaw with some gas and the shotgun and probably like a nail gun, I would say. Everything they got out of the
Right.
tool shed
Dirt bikes, I think.
sucked through with them, so they have all those weapons still now. And the Kandarian dagger and the Necronomicon.
And the bodies of our fallen foes.
And yes, the body of
And also Tiffany.
Yeah, they're foes and friends.
the body of
Hey, Derek's cool.
yes, the body of Derek
Faux
Stone King
Faux
and the body of
wet.
Evil Tiffany were also sucked through with you, and a couple of high school kids who were possessed by Deadites were sucked through with you. And,
Right? Are they still living? Like,
Oh, thank you for this.
like not like zombie living. I mean, just like did they
no,
die?
they're just evil now.
But they're like.
Well, they're
actively
as alive as
moving.
anyone.
Give it a minute.
As any evil Deadite.
Wow.
possessed
I
thing
just
is.
want to know.
Can you shoot
What
them?
am
I
I
also
pointing
wanna
this
Well,
gun at?
Sam killed one of them last time, so yeah, no, they're fair game.
Right.
So yeah, and there was a park ranger who had Sam's litter stick stuck in their eye, who also got sucked through, who was Deadite possessed and was circling around in the air, and a couple of hitchhikers who were Deadite possessed, and everybody was sucked through the portal and landed in the desert. And they got up to their feet and they dusted themselves off, and they dusted the. Forgive the figure of speech, sorry. Sorry about that. And they found themselves next to a road and a sign that says Destiny, California, 2 miles. And
Is there a population counter on that sign?
yeah, there's a population counter. It says population 453.
A little small.
A little small.
It's gonna go down, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna get that number down real quick.
But, Steve gives a reroll to Gina.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve, for the song.
Use it in good stank.
Oh, so much stank. It's gonna.
So yeah, the three of you are standing there, and these Deadites are circling above you. And which one of you has the Necronomicon right now? You do.
I believe I did.
So
I
you
think
have
it
the
just sort of got
Necronomicon.
The kids had
The kids
it,
had
and
it.
it got sucked through
It's
the
in the
portal.
Jeep.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
we-
right.
in
It was
the
in
car
the
with
Jeep with the
them.
kids, right? Okay. So the Jeep came crashing down, and as it came down, it rolled along the ground, and those kids, demon-like, just burst through the side of it, and the Necronomicon spilled out, and it's just lying right on the sand right now. And those Deadites are circling, and they're looking right at it. And they're looking at you, and they're looking at the Necronomicon, and they are starting to move towards it slowly.
All right. Well, obviously, first things first. I'm gonna get my flannel off of the dead body because, like, it doesn't need it to
No.
hold out the blood anymore.
That makes sense.
You know, doesn't need it anymore.
Is the Jeep upright? Is it on its wheel? Because I'm still in the driver's seat.
Now the Jeep is up on its side. Let's
Sideways.
say you
Sideways.
are on the high side. The driver's side is up in the
Sunburns
air.
or pesky
no.
business.
The windshield is smashed out from the fall.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fall.
We're
on
still
the ground.
covered in blood, by the way.
Yes, you are all covered in blood because you guys unlocked the blood shower last week, where they just got everyone just got doused.
it was a lot of that.
When Connie cut off Xander's arms, and an inhuman amount of blood shot out onto everybody.
Perfect.
Yeah, these things happen. So yeah, you're covered in blood, and those Deadites are circling, and yeah, they are moving towards the Necronomicon. You have pulled yourself back upright, and you are sort of relieved to slightly find that the sand is not deep. This is desert. It's like really like wide, flat rock. and the sand is just sort of, like a glaze on top of it. So
Dusting.
yes, it is. It is actually pretty easy for you as far as things go. Yes, you can roll with this.
Garbage count 1.
So yeah,
I'd like to rip my axe out of dead Tiffany's head,
go for it. Yeah.
and I would like to show it its new home in a Deadeite's head.
Okay. So yeah.
Temporary residence.
Let's say
I got your backup, Nix.
Yeah, what up?
the two high school kid Deadites, they have flown high up into the air, and they are behind the larger adult Deadites, the park ranger and the hitchhikers. So let's say that park ranger, the one that you put your litter stick into before, is the one that is slowly at Deadite speed moving to the Necronomicon. Deadites are never in a hurry to do anything, if you've seen these movies. So yeah, that Deadite is on the way. You got your axe. How would you like to start this?
I would like to introduce the park ranger to my lord and savior. My axe in your face!
Okay. So that sounds to me like you are just swinging away. You've been through some crazy stuff. So you are using.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I was hoping. I was deeply hoping.
We've got their axe.
OP delivers.
So yeah, you are using Groovy, which means you want to roll over your number, and your number is a 2.
Yep.
So you are prepared for this. You've been fighting Deadites through the whole night. And again, you are the MVP. So roll 2.
All right.
Unless anybody wants to try and help them first. I will not keep reminding you that you.
got
I
my
did
back.
say I've got
Oh,
your
you do.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
I want to point at one of the stupid kids that read the book.
You gonna shoot?
This.
Okay, so you're gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you roll first. You haven't shot the gun yet, have you?
No, but I
right.
cocked it last game.
Roll 1. And this is also. Let's call this. Well, what are you trying to do? You're just like you're trying to like sort of sharpshoot this flying target, right? So
I mean,
that's
it's a shotgun. It's not really a sharpshooting. I'm just aiming at general area.
Okay.
And hoping.
It is the weapon of spray and pray.
Yeah, spray and pray, exactly.
We'll call it Groovy then. So you can roll 1 for
Groovy.
Groovy. So you're trying to roll over your number, which
Right.
is 3. No, you can't do.
No,
No, you. But
I want to reroll.
She's got
I
rerolls.
want to shoot something.
Yep. See, the
The
rerolls
best
help.
reason.
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No.
No. No.
Yeah. You push that thing into the air and you pull the trigger, but the safety's on, so nothing happens.
Oh.
So
I forgot.
she is of no help to you. You are attacking with your axe. You get 2 die.
I don't understand. Why can't I rub stink on it?
1 success. All right. So 1 success will get it done. But at a little bit of a cost. So what we're gonna say is, why don't you describe how you attack this Deadite? You just sort of.
I'm gonna get my arm onto his shoulder and use that to leverage myself up
Perfect.
to bring the axe down, which totally works balance-wise and would in no way go poorly with 1 success.
Yeah. And that is exactly right. That is exactly what happens. You pull up and you just right on the head, and that takes care, basically of that Deadite who just. Pulls back into the air, frightened, axe split in the middle of his head, and you fall back down to the ground. You got the Deadite who just sort of flies off into the air, and you can sort of see spiral around and then just crashes far in the distance. But he took your axe with him, so you lost it.
Ooh.
No.
Oh no.
Complications.
It was like a helium balloon and you flew away.
And those other Deadites.
My axe. Oh,
Yeah,
great.
those other Deadites, when they see this happen, they get a little freaked, and with, they look at you, and it's, there's a, swallow your soul, and they just disappear off into the sky, and it's silent again, and the 3 of you are just left there.
I'd like to let go of the wheel and fall.
Yes, you let go of the wheel and you fall.
Oh shit, Moshe's still alive.
Hi.
You okay in there?
No. very emotionally traumatized by everything that's been happening.
All right, you're gonna
And
need to
there's
come out of
sand
there
in
right
my
now.
ear. Okay. I'm gonna crawl out on the glass. Ow. Oh, ow. Oh, this is terrible.
So,
Let's go get the book.
yeah, you're getting the book?
I'm gonna get the book.
All right. So, you have got the
Love
Necronomicon
this
now.
book.
Now,
Stop
mostly
booping the
spells
eye.
and prophecies and terrible drawings of the insides of people.
yeah, pretty much.
That's most of what's in here.
So, yeah, so
It's a purse.
things are quiet again. You've got
Alright.
your gun, you've lost your axe, you've got a couple more items that fell through the portal with you.
Yep.
The Jeep is unusable.
Hey, Geek and
And
Thunder,
you
what
got,
up?
oh, thank you for the host, Geek and Sundry.
Hey, guys.
Thank you.
And ladies. And
So
the
yeah,
rest
and
of
you are 2 miles from Destiny, California, which looks to be about the only sign of anything in any direction that you can see.
All right. We gotta siphon the gas, figure out what parts we're taking with us. I'm not carrying all this shit.
I got an idea.
All right.
I'm gonna give like a kind of excitable and leering look at Nix's chair. Be like,
What are you looking at my legs for, dude?
I got an idea. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Is he?
I'm gonna go and I wanna try and strap the dirt bike engine to the back of Nix's chair and rig it up to be a little motorized chair.
That
right.
wow, okay, yeah,
Can I do
that's
that?
yeah. Well, you're a
Yeah,
tinkerer.
you're just getting all up in my undercarriage.
Don't mind me.
Undercarriage.
All right.
You're,
It's gonna get
you're-
personal.
are you into this?
Yeah, you into this? You into
Because-
all of this?
Just because he's got an idea doesn't mean it's time.
Strap a weapons rack to the back of her, and we'll call it a deal.
Okay, I gotta find a weapons rack.
All right. Well, this is going to take some individual
only there weren't
rolls
one
to
in
see
that
if this
car.
Think
works.
about how to do that.
This is you are this is all cool because you were doing tinkerer stuff.
Yeah,
so
great.
we'll say that you can roll 2 die because you are a tinkerer, so you are prepared to tinker. But there's no way you are an expert at building impromptu motorized wheelchairs in the middle of a desert with weapons racks.
That's by no
attached to them.
means what I
You
was
don't know me.
building for my robot boys
No,
competition. No,
you were
that's
not
not
an
what I was
expert.
doing at all.
I'm an expert for assisting, though, because I know my
Are you gonna
equipment
help?
super well.
Are you going to help him?
I'm not gonna let him get all
Okay.
up in my chair's business without supervising the hell out of it.
Great. So okay, so you can roll 3 to see.
Yeah,
For helping him,
but
and
I'm
we'll call
rolling
that
cool,
is also cool,
so it'll
which
be
is yes.
hilarious.
Their
got
number is 2. They are a groovy character.
Hold on, one.
Hey, 2 successes.
Okay.
2 hails. Hail.
So yeah,
To the
if,
throne.
If you have any questions now, you can ask them. If not, you can bank those until you have something you want to ask.
I'm just gonna do a full tally. I might have a question in
Okay.
a minute, but about supplies and stuff. But for
Alright.
now,
But that works. So
Do I
now
get
you can
an
roll a
extra?
3rd.
Cool. Okay, so we're starting with the motor on their chair, right? That's what we're doing.
Sure.
Great.
Roll for that one
That's
first.
the first thing. That's important. Okay. Yeah. No. Wait. Yeah. No. Hold on. What am I doing?
You're rolling cool, so you want to roll under your
okay.
number.
Yeah, I got 2, and one of them is a hail. Oh,
and
great.
one's a hell. Okay. So yeah, so
Hey.
that works. 2 is a success. That attaches, and we will say you are not quite sure exactly how fast this will go, but
Oh, it's gonna be like grease lightning. It's gonna.
yeah. So my max speed is about 12 miles per hour on a flat.
okay.
So this is gonna be whack, y'all. Get hype.
We will see how this goes. Yes. Okay, so now roll for the.
I gotta roll again for the gun rack.
You can roll for the gun
the
rack. We'll
weapons
say
rack.
right. You let's say there was one on the Ranger Jeep. He had a.
Right in the back, in the
rack.
trunk.
Yes,
There's some
in the
kind of
trunk.
a nice rack.
So yeah, you're gonna uninstall it and see if you can move.
Yeah.
Yes, the nice.
See
if you can
Yeah,
give me-
thank you.
Okay.
Ironically, a nice rack.
We're gonna give Sam a nice rack.
Aren't you so happy you
Phoenix, thank
tuned
you.
in?
We're gonna give Nick a nice rack. Sorry. Oh yeah, I did it again. I got 3 successes, and one of them's a hail.
Yeah. Okay. So
Wow.
that gun rack is on really well, and it is prepared to carry not just say the nail gun that you have. It also it can take a good deal more weight. If you find more weapons, you can put more stuff on there.
Yeah, it's like a little forklift kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
This
you're
is-
front weighted, and then it sticks up in the back like a funny sail or one of those in the Everglades. They got those hover boats with the fan.
Oh yeah.
It's like one of them,
Okay, like yeah.
but a
Okay.
gun rack.
Exactly like that.
All right.
We all
Anything
know
else
what
anybody
we're gonna
wants to
do
do here?
with a gun rack.
Anybody else want to do anything here?
Yeah, I'll siphon the gas.
Siphon the gas? I want to make you roll for that. You can do it.
Great.
What we'll say is that like it takes a couple of attempts and it tastes really disgusting. You get like a little gas in your mouth. But
I don't mind
You don't
it.
mind. It just gets you a little higher, and you actually think it's kind of cool.
Great.
Oh my lord.
And on
We're
that,
swallowing
really
the souls. We don't
pleasant
need swallowing
aroma.
with gasoline too.
This is
all
the
of the
steak that I rub on it.
so I will say with that, the three of you take your shotgun and your chainsaw and your nail gun, and you start heading the 2 miles towards Destiny.
Okay.
Towards
Right.
Destiny. Sounds good.
Is any of us gonna talk about the fact that we just fell through a butthole in the sky?
I think we talk about it at the same time that we talk about dead people coming at us trying to spit or swallow our souls.
Right, so never.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, let's
no,
do that.
I'm gonna deny that ever happened.
Yeah.
Cool. We're
And
on the
as you're
same
talking
page.
about that, you guys are trading stories about what happened, and everybody's getting straight on what happened to everyone else at the Nobi cabin, and sort of sharing experiences. You're on your long walk. We are going to cut over to Sheriff Joanna Bassett. Sheriff Bassett, you have just captured the leader of a very dangerous local gang that numbers in the dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. It's almost a private army. The name of this character is the gang is they are the Ramey Gang, and you have captured the leader of the Ramey Gang, Samuel, and you have him in the county jail. And you, like I said, you and you alone are the thin blue line that protects Destiny. You don't have a deputy. There are no other sheriffs. There's nothing. And you have Samuel Ramey in his cell, and he is just kicked back, legs up, just relaxing. Looks like he doesn't have a care in the world, and sort of calls out to you, "Hey, Sheriff! Sheriff!
What is it, Sam?
How about you go get me a beer?"
I'm not gonna get you a beer, Sam. You're in jail.
Come on, I'm trying to be nice here. Look, you know, my boys are headed this way. And when they get here, they're gonna burn this whole town to the ground and kill everyone here. Unless I tell them not to, which I might do if I have a beer.
Well, if they burn down the whole town, they're gonna burn you down too. So I think it's in your best interest to prevent that sort of action, beer or no beer.
Oh, come on. And he gets up off of the cot and he walks over to the jail and he like leans against the bars and he's like, the saloon is right over there. Look, I can see them playing cards through the thing. Come on, look, yeah, over there.
All right, Sam, I'll get you beer.
Yeah?
I'll be right back.
All right.
I wanna get a beer, come back with it, and then as I'm about to hand it into the cell, pretend to trip and spill all of it on the ground.
Ooh.
Oh my God, how did this happen? Oh, I'm all out of money. Can't even afford another one.
And Samuel Ramey goes, oh, that was a mistake. And on that, he like pushes through the bars, which somehow he has opened while you were out getting a beer, and he just sort of, starts to circle you fighter style, ready to fight his way out of here.
I don't think you want to do this, Sam.
Oh, come on. You don't think you can take me, do you?
I got you in there the first time. I'll get you back in.
I'd like to see you try.
Alrighty then.
All right,
I'm gonna try and whip out my pistol and like shoot him in the knee.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah, okay.
Let the record reflect that Joanna shot first.
Yeah, in a big way. And you are a Western sheriff using your 6-gun, so you are an expert at this. You can shoot 3. There's nobody here to help you right now, so that's all you can do. But that's still pretty good. And this is, let me ask you something. You're a groovy-ish character. This is kind of heat of the moment. This is probably like, you are reacting out of your gut, right? You're sort of to danger, or how would you describe this? Would you describe this as more as like?
I imagine I've dealt with him before, and so if I leave him alone, I kind of maybe expect him to be up to something.
In that case, it's probably like calm, precise action. You probably you were prepared for this.
I can't remember if that's good for me or bad for me.
Well, it's kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, middle.
So we'll call that a cool, and you are 3, which means cool. You want to roll under your number.
Oof. Okay. Okay, well, I have one fail and a hail, like him.
Okay.
Fail and a hail.
A fail and a hell.
Fail and a hail.
And
but,
success.
and a success.
And it's, oh, okay. Yep, that's also.
All right. So what I will say is that one success, what happens there is you pull your gun and instead of hitting him in the leg, you shoot him in the boot. He
I'll
looks
take it.
he looks down at his boot and there's no blood flowing from it and he's like, "You almost shot my foot off."
What? Why are you bleeding?
You missed. And it looks like you just went through just the tip of his boot. But he's kind of freaked out because, he's looking down at the very real possibility that he almost just lost a toe and he likes his toes. So he sort of just backs into the cell. He's like, all right, you didn't have to get crazy or nothing. Just trying to break out.
You really have a fogged sense of reality, Samuel.
Just wait till my boys get here. We'll see who's got a fogged sense of reality, if you know what I mean.
I do not. And I don't think you do either.
Well, just think about it, okay?
No.
Fine.
Great.
And yeah, on that, we are going to cut over to the saloon across the street where you just were. And being the sheriff while you were there, you could not help but noticing this person, this character who has become familiar in your town over the last couple of weeks, is in there working the card tables. And as always, seems to be doing pretty well. Thank you, Risky Pixels. Doing good at the card tables, getting a lot of gentleman attention, and you have been keeping an eye on you. You are an old-timey Western sheriff. You know a huckster when you see one. So you've just been keeping a pulse on that. But you have been in town and you have been doing your thing, conning people, playing cards. Looking for blackmail material on interesting people who might be worth blackmailing. And again, thank you for the sub. And you find yourself in a card game with a bunch of seasoned Old West gambler types. And you have been doing good. You got a huge pile of chips in front of you, and they are drunk and surly and do not look. They look like you have cleaned them out. Their piles are all very small, and you're in the middle of a deal, and one of them sort of eyeing you, and he looks at the others and looks at you, and he throws down his cards, and he stands up. He's like, "You're cheating."
How could I possibly be cheating?
I bet you're hiding cards somewhere there. No one does that good for that long.
Oh, well, it just takes a little practice. If you practiced a bit more, you might be able to do as well as me.
I ain't buying that. So he looks at his friends and he's like, "I say she's cheating," and they start like talking amongst themselves and arguing. What do you want to do here? You can handle this in a lot of ways. You can wait to see if they what they decide amongst themselves. You can attack. You can try and talk them out.
How many are there at the table?
We'll say there are 4, 3 plus the one you were talking to.
So there are 4, and I assume they all know each other.
Yeah, they're all
at least moderately
gambling circuit types. Yeah, they've seen each other at the card tables.
Have I interacted with them before?
Let's say you know most of them by reputation, if not personally.
Well, you think I'm cheating, but I'm pretty sure Johnny over there was hiding some cards earlier. Maybe you should check on him.
If Johnny were hiding cards, he would have all the chips.
Well, maybe he's just really bad at cheating. But I thought you were friends. I mean, he's going to pull one over on you. You really think you're going to go after me? Maybe I should go after him.
I think you go after the one who's got the money. And they all kind of stand up and, extend to their full height above you. Now, this could be easy, or this could be hard.
Well, what sort of hard do you mean?
And they all sort of huddle for a second. We mean we're gonna beat you up and steal your money.
You would do that to me? I've done nothing to you. You're just your 4 huge men are going to beat me up.
You've been cheating us.
And so you think you're just going to hit me and steal it all back?
Yeah, they've had enough now. He flips the table up on you.
Okay, if he does that, then I will stand up and say, all right, if you're going to do this, you might want to think about it first because I think you'll regret the action.
you might want to give us your money, our money back first, or you're gonna regret our action.
That's very clever, but I'm not giving my money back because I won it fair and square. It's not my fault you're stupid.
She just call me stupid? And yeah, they all sort of nod at him. He's like, all right, that's it. Outside.
After you.
After you. Ladies first.
Oh, all right, well, thank you. Yeah, she'll go outside.
And he sees that you're willing to do it. He's like, no, I'm gonna go first. And kind of pushes ahead of you.
Ladies first.
And as you walk outside, the first thing that happens is you are pretty startled as you hear like these little wing flapping sounds. And you look up in the sky, and there is a penguin coming down out of the sky, just soaring as majestically as penguins often do. Yeah. And this penguin comes down and actually has a chainsaw for an arm and a sawed-off shotgun, dressed very much, like a certain movie character. And it's got some messages. And he walks over and says, and he pulls a couple of messages out of his little carrier penguin bag. And the first one is from some red shirt who says, "Hooray for Miss Byrne."
Ah, thank you.
Thank you, some red shirt. And what is this one on the bottom? Is this?
Catchphrases?
Oh, these are the catchphrases. Oh, okay, so that was just the one carrier penguin. Okay, never mind, sorry, I was misreading something. So yeah, while we were doing that, we also had that other John Stewart, wow, that must be a problem, gives a reroll to Havana.
Oh, yay.
And Risky Pixels gives one to Megan.
Ah, thank you, Risky. That's awesome.
Thank you so much. And we've got you catchphrases.
Ooh.
So, Havana, this is my boomstick.
Perfect.
Wow, the chat has gifted you with a real ashy catchphrase.
Chat.
And this is great. Megan, I am the wild card here.
I am the wild card here. I like it. Thank you.
So just feel free to work those in when appropriate in action scenes. You don't have to use it like every 5 minutes, but just your best judgment. So yeah, and with that, the penguin just runs into the town square, leaps and soars Superman style into the air, disappearing for some reason, not flapping its wings this time, using Kryptonian style flight.
Does he have fins?
Yes, big majestic penguin fins. Yes.
It's a flap.
The carrier penguins, they are a hell of an organization. Not rain, not sleet, not being stuck in the Old West, nothing stops them. And with that, the carrier penguin takes off, and you are walking out of this saloon with these 4 surly, drunken, angry gamblers behind you.
Okay, so I guess once I get out on the street, I'm just going to turn around and look at them and say, "What now? What's your plan here?"
And they all put their hands on their guns. All of them have guns.
Okay.
And they're just like, "This is your last chance. Just give us the money."
Okay, I'll say, all right. I don't want to get shot. Just give me one moment, I'll give you your money. So I'm going to reach into my purse, and I will pull out a deck of cards. And I'm going to cast one of her spells, which is Fear, which causes a big spectral joker to shoot into the air and basically this big, scary, horrible thing right at them, which, if it works, will make them panic and run away.
Okay, so that sounds to me, how would you, what would we call that, groovy?
Most of the things she does are pretty passionate and...
Pretty passionate? Okay. Yeah, and your life's under threat here, so we will say this is groovy, and this is one of your spells. This is something you are really good at, so you can roll 3 here.
All
There's
right.
nobody around to help you. Groovy, you are trying to roll over your number, which is a 3.
I rolled, well, my number's 2, so I got 3 successes.
All right, yeah, and wow, yeah, that joker just comes right out of the deck and just, hovers just terrifyingly poltergeist style over everybody. And those 4 gamblers, they just, they totally crap themselves and just back up, and then they're not even concerned with backing up. They just turn and run for their damn lives.
As they do that, I yell after them, "I'm the wild card here, so don't come back!"
Yeah, and they won't. Not after 3 successes. That takes care of that, and you are standing there, and you had heard all this commotion, and you had come out to the front to see what was going on, and thought you for a second you saw some sort of strange giant ghost specter thing leap out over this confrontation, but then you kind of, you rubbed your eyes and it was gone, and you're sort of, And you see these 4 gamblers running away from Miss Byrne, who, like I said, you've been keeping an eye on. And as the 2 of you are sort of looking at each other across this old western street, at the end of the street, 3 very strange-looking people appear. You are on the lookout now for the Ramey Boys, the baddest, most horrible gang in the whole West. And these 3 strangers who you can instantaneously see have a shotgun and some other weird-looking things that you don't exactly, you don't know what they are, but you get the feeling that they are weapons. They have kind of that look about them.
There's this way that dogs react to me sometimes of like, it sits and it moves at the same time. How does it do that? And I feel like a modern wheelchair in 1884 engenders a very similar reaction, especially when strapped with a motor and a chainsaw and
a gun rack.
Nail gun. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hello. Hi.
Samuel, is this your posse? What the hell?
Who you saying?
My posse, and he gets up and he looks through the jail window and he sees those 3. He's like, yeah, that's my posse. You better let me out right now, or those 3 ruffians are gonna kill you.
You don't sound very confident that that is them.
Yeah, right, that ain't them. We'll just shot them. And he lays back down on his cot, relatively
Cool,
uninterested.
great, thanks.
Still want my beer.
Oh, well, it's on the ground there. Just stick your tongue through the bars.
Hardy har. And yeah.
I'd like to wave hello to the nice men who are running away from the terrifying woman.
And yeah, these 4
Running towards us.
Yeah, these 4 guys run right past you,
Nice to
screaming
see you.
something about a
Goodbye.
giant jester, and they're white as sheets. These guys look, you just came from a fight with Deadites, and you've rarely seen people this afraid.
Oh, God. There must be something horrible in this town. I wonder if there's a salmonella outbreak or something really bad.
Is this a shoot? Like, is this one of those film towns? Look at this.
It's entirely possible that we are now in Universal Studios.
What I would say is when they say that, you look around and you get this feeling, Heather.
Yeah.
It's like deja vu. You feel as though maybe you've been here before. Another life, another timeline. You don't really know. You have these vague, hazy memories. These buildings look familiar. This place looks familiar, but you can't place it. In fact, you know what I'm going to say? Why don't you make a cool roll and roll 1 die. You want to roll under your number, which is a 3, and you did not do. So you are trying very hard to remember, to figure out why you feel like you know this place.
All right.
But that's about all you do.
Yeah.
This place definitely feels familiar, but I don't know why or how or where or how.
Did we road trip through here when we were going to Tennessee?
You know what? Probably.
There we go. Hey, bear me.
All right, hey lady, you got a beer?
Are you talking to me?
And
Yeah.
then you hear from inside the jail window, "Hey, who's got beer?"
Hopefully us soon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bar across the street, right over there.
They do serve quite good beer if that's what you're looking for.
I'm not in any way.
You all are quite interesting. What is it that you're looking for?
Oh, God, what was it?
We're just trying to get home.
And while they're sort of fumbling for words, what I will say is, Rosaline has a power where she can play games of cards with a demon to...
That's how I use my power.
How she uses her power. So she's got a little experience with demons, a little bit. And what I'll say is that in our version of this, you know how they say when you're in the room with like a sociopath, you know it, the hairs on your neck stand up, blah, 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 that kind of thing. It's like that with you for demons. You kind of just have this feeling, you know, it's like there's a feeling of being around a demon. It's not something you can articulate. It's not a strong thing. It's just sort of, you know, when something is like something demonic is around. And I will say, as these three are fumbling for words, those hairs on the back of your neck sort of start standing up a little bit.
What is it that you're holding there?
This? Oh, I think it's called the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the Book of the Dead. It was written in human blood and bound in human flesh, but I don't know much about it.
Why would you be carrying something like that around?
We found it when we were picking up litter.
When you were picking up what?
Litter. It's what awful people leave behind because they don't care about Mother Earth.
Mother who? All right.
You know, reduce, reuse, recycle. We all learned it when we were like 8.
I don't think that's something I learned. Maybe it's an American thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm American. I do not know what the hell he is
You've
talking
not heard
about.
it either, Sheriff. All right.
What were we talking about?
Well, I'm curious about.
Yeah, why do you have a book made of skin written in blood? Are you the literal devil?
No, we found this. I didn't write this. God.
Well, maybe
I don't know how to sew.
Maybe you should get rid of it. It doesn't seem like something you want to keep around.
Yeah, that is
It's
bad.
probably
That's
not
evil.
best we get rid of it. Just saying, it might come in handy later.
Handy how?
Oh, you know, for hitting people or reading.
Well,
When
get
you
a
do it.
rock or something like
Yeah.
everybody else. You don't need a skin book.
Oh, this is what I've got.
Well, I could teach you how to use a knife. It might get a little further for you.
Oh, no, that sounds terrible. One time I tried to cut vegetables to help my mother, and I nearly chopped off all my fingertips.
That's why you should learn how to use one.
Yeah, maybe. But this is, now this is, I don't really know how to tell her that we gotta use it to fight zombies, but I don't want to tell her about the monsters either, because I don't know who these people are.
Didn't those 4 guys just see a dead eye? Isn't that why they went running?
Yeah, I thought they had salmonella.
All right, just gonna go out on a limb here. Have any of you seen dead people?
You mean like people? I mean, there's the cemetery out that way, or there's the doctor's office where sometimes people die. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, except like, you know, they come back and want you to join them.
I'm sorry, come back. What? They
From the dead.
like they wake back up.
Yeah.
Talk about swallowing your souls.
Sometimes they don't even
Things
die
like that?
first. They just sort of turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, that first one was like that math, I'm telling you.
Right? Yeah. We thought it was drugs.
And while
And not
they're
the fun
talking,
kind.
you zone out a little bit. It's like something grabs your attention. You don't quite know what. You sort of look up into the sky, and then it just your vision just clouds over, and you see this flash that you just know it's the future. You're seeing the future, and you are seeing. Tell us what you're seeing.
There's some kind of a stampede incoming toward the town, and all I can see is just we're trying to hotwire Doc Brown's DeLorean? I think we just got it going.
Not yet. You're not.
Dang it.
Well,
We'll
now
see.
you gotta make it happen.
And wow. Yeah. Okay.
I want to steal the DeLorean.
To figure out what I'll do with that, since that's kind of another tier. But okay, yes, our next tier, if we get there, I will somehow figure out how to get Doc and Marty and the DeLorean into a scene here. They will come at a crucial time to serve some crucial function. Somehow.
Yeah, like giving us the DeLorean.
No, that won't happen.
It will.
Right,
I'm a
we're
pro
gonna-
at
yeah,
Hotwire.
They're
gonna
giving it
steal
to
it,
you.
then
Why?
they're gonna
Steal it.
Giving.
Yeah.
How else are we getting back to our time, right?
Borrow without permission.
Yeah, but that's a really, really weird vision you had. I mean, and it came in little cloudy patches. You saw some sort of strange stampede, and then you saw the strange white-haired old man in a silver car, and you don't quite know what's going on there. And then you hear the sound, and it's like this. It's kind of like this drumming, this building drum sound, just kind of, and you think it's part of your vision, but the rest of you start to hear that too. There's kind of this like rolling, thunderous something, just kind of coming up in the distance.
Is that normal?
And it's getting louder and louder and louder.
Not that I've heard before.
I mean, sometimes they're moving the cattle, but they already did that this year.
Well, you're hearing, yeah, you recognize as it starts getting louder. I mean, you're both Western people. You know the sound of cattle when you hear it, and you know the sound of a stampede when you hear it. And as the five of you are just sort of staring at each other in the middle of this town, suddenly that saloon you were just in just wrecks. The building just like from behind it, it's just a stampede of cattle drives right through the saloon. You see people go flying, beer exploding everywhere. But these cattle are not just stampeding cattle. They've all got...
You screaming?
They've all got bright red eyes, and they're kind of corpsey and nasty and demon-y.
Right, this is what I was talking about.
That's not what we were talking about.
And they're flooding the town square that you were standing in the middle of, and they're all coming right at you.
I would like to leap into Nix's lap in fear and scream, "Hold me!"
You can certainly try.
No, please hold me.
I guess roll one die that's groovy, because it sounds like wild, passionate action.
Wild and
So let's see what happens. You can roll one die. Groovy, you're trying to roll over your number,
Oh, yeah,
which
this is
is
gonna go
a
great.
5.
I do not do that. I jump
Yeah, and-
as best I can.
Yes, and you just
Not-
jump right over Nyx and fall to the ground on the other side of them.
Hold me!
And yes, there's still a stampede of demon cattle coming straight at you.
Move, let's get out the way.
All right, so you're gonna make a run for it.
I'm gonna run with extra velocity.
Okay, so you're gonna fire up your
Power
engine.
up.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. This seems like an excellent moment to power up.
All right, so this is let's call this groovy. You are going to sort of you have not tried this yet. You don't know what you're doing. You're about to fire up this thing and just see what the hell happens in the middle of a cattle stampede.
Yeah.
A demon
Yep.
cattle stampede. So
This is
give it a
exactly
shot.
when Phoenix would do a thing.
Roll 1.
You make a path.
Right? Oh, it's like the opposite
I'm grabbing
of
the nail
Comic-Con.
gun. I'm grabbing the nail gun off the chair.
I
Okay.
appreciate you because I wanted the chainsaw.
Yep.
That
The thing
was
done been
groovy.
did.
You wanted to roll over? Yeah, you did that, and that engine roars to life, and you just and you are out of there. Some of the cattle hot on your tail, but you are comfortably ahead of them. Sheriff?
Could I whistle for my dog? Previously unestablished.
Yeah.
Save the doggo!
I think I think it makes sense that you have.
I don't have a deputy. I have a dog PD.
Sure.
Beauty.
Is it a basset hound?
I mean, the last name's Bassett. It's gotta be a
Dog-
Bassett cattle hound.
Yeah, dog beauty
It's a
is
mix.
absolutely canon now.
I wanna whistle for what's my dog's name is King, and I wanna whistle for King and see if he, because if it just ran through the bar, then it's coming straight for the sheriff's office. So I wanna kind of direct him to direct the zombie cattle like down the street
Ooh.
rather than into the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess away from us. So if they ran off that way, then
Yeah, just
direct
turn
him the other
turn
way.
the stampede.
So you whistle, and King comes out of the
Can't
sheriff's
whistle.
office, and
Good boy, King.
yeah, and now
Get him.
right. Let's call this calm, precise action. You're taking advantage of, I guess, your dog's training, right? You're giving a
I
command.
would never take advantage of it.
So let's say you want to roll under your number, which is a 3, and this is your dog. It's obviously been trained to do this. You've done this before. Let's say you can roll 3. Let's say 2, because you've never done it while being chased by demon cattle. That makes a difference.
Oof. Okay, so 1 success and 1 failure.
Okay, but 1 success is a success. And yeah, King comes out and just starts.
I'm sorry, does he do that with his paw?
Yeah, he knows a little doggy
I'm more
salute.
scared of that than the demon
Herding
cat.
breeds are
Yo.
so smart though, and they're
Yeah.
so athletic. It's ridiculous.
You know, get a little doggy military salute.
Oh,
And then
Their
Really?
bones
he's
don't
laying down.
even.
You
Oh, I
never
see,
showed
I
me
see.
that.
it starts running around the cattle, barking sort of sheepdog style and herding them down the street in the direction that you trained him to take cattle. But because you only rolled 1, he only gets most of them, so there's still a bunch of demon cattle running around in the town square. And we will say that your dog is now very busy leading a herd of demon cattle away from the town through the desert and will not be back for a while.
But he'll come back, right?
Maybe. Hey,
Okay.
you make
Do
sure.
you want this quest to now be entirely about finding the dog? Because that's
We
how
can
you
do
do it.
that.
I can't stop you, I guess. Yeah, no, King. So
No.
King leads that, and yeah, there are a couple more of those demon cattle mooing their way right at you. Moo.
I
Right
mean,
at you.
I will.
Right,
Make
you
a moo
take
sound
it.
intimidating. Moo.
I'm gonna try to
That's
go
the sound you hear.
the opposite way from where the sheriff's dog is leading them, if possible. And then I might try to cast fear again to see if I can keep them going that way. See if I can scare them away from my direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Being
So
demons, they might go towards it.
we called that.
Ooh.
What did we call that? Groovy before?
Yes.
All right. So again, you can roll 2 because you're not used to doing this while being chased by demon cattle.
Not yet. And I'm trying to get over. I got 2 successes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that absolutely works. And that Joker, yeah, you just shoots off the card and towers over those cattle who, and they just turn and run in the other direction, just terrified. You are safe. And you,
Yeah.
You see that?
What's happening to me?
there are like 2 or 3 of those cattle left. They're looking around, watching all their cattle brethren retreat. But they, a couple, the 2 or 3 that are left sort of looking at you. One of them sort of starts scraping its foot on the ground, a little intimidatingly.
All right, I know what's going through your little cow brain, and I don't like it. So I'm going over to the bar that just exploded. Are there any intact bottles?
You can make a roll to find an intact bottle if you want. Let's call that, you're searching.
Can I say that I'm pretty skilled at this?
Yes, you are pretty skilled at this. You're searching under
found
duress,
Ellen,
but
Larry.
let's say roll 2. It's groovy because you're doing this under, duress of being attacked by demon cattle. You were trying to roll over your number, which
One
is a 3.
success.
1 success.
I
Yeah,
find a bottle of whiskey.
yeah, absolutely. You find a bottle of whiskey, but while digging through the rubble trying to find it, you cut your arm.
That's
So
right.
you are bleeding now. It's a nasty cut. It's not going to
blood's
stop
gonna get
you,
on your
but-
face.
Oh, blood's gonna get in my blood. This is so gross. All right, let me take a swig. Oh, it's terrible whiskey. This is fine. Rip a part of my sleeve, shove it in. Light. I told you you're gonna regret this, little cow friend.
Oh, you're gonna Molotov cocktail the cow?
It's
Molotov cow.
Cowtail?
Cowtail.
Cowtail?
It's a cowtail.
It's a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to go. I never return.
All right, Groovy. You can roll 2.
Thanks,
Oh, Brian's here. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a $14 joke.
You can roll 2. That's Groovy. You want to roll over your number.
1 over.
1 over. Okay. You throw that Molotov cocktail, and it hits that cow, and the cow just as it just erupts into flames. The whole town square suddenly smells like hamburger as the cow just runs off somewhere. But the problem was like a little bit splashed back on you. You know, you only rolled 1 victory, so that complication is now.
Cauterized your wound.
There you go.
No.
Cowterized.
Unfortunately, it just sprayed across you, and now you are a little bit burnt across. You know, you got a little bit of burn on the side of your cheek and on your shoulder.
Whoa.
But you got rid of the demon
Oh God,
cow.
I have glasses.
See what
Saved
happened?
my eyeballs.
Real talk.
Yeah, and what happened is now the saloon is gone, and the cattle sped off in either direction, and only one of them made it across the street through the sheriff's station, and kind of disturbed the wall. And now from the wall you can see Samuel Ramey trying to pry his way out through the damaged wall. Okay, I'm almost. All right, hang on just a second. I can just maybe if I twist my.
Stop right there, Samuel. Quit struggling.
No. Okay, I'm gonna.
Hello.
Hello. And he looks around and he sees the demon cow disappearing off into the back, and it's, the hell happened here?
You made some comment that you knew what that was. What was that? I've never seen cows do something like that before.
So that's not normal for you?
No, it's not normal.
Yeah.
Neither are you three, so
Right.
I assume that you have something to do with it.
To be fair, a cow is new for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Hell
from
cow.
Brooklyn.
Also, tell me the truth, Nix. How rad does my face look now?
Oh God. Okay. So like, you were metal,
Yeah.
and now it's like even more metal.
Oh, really? You're just saying that? I don't
Nah,
believe
you metal as fuck, friend.
Really?
For
Okay.
real. For real.
you.
For real.
Right.
You understand what they're saying?
I have no fucking idea.
Hang on. Can we go back to ghost cards though?
Yeah, what was that?
The ghost card pot is calling the hell cow folk. Yeah.
Demon?
Hell
What?
cow
Heard
folk.
demon.
Demons.
Isn't
You
that-
all are working with demons.
No.
No.
Nah, killing them mostly.
Actively shooting them, actually.
Axing
Yeah,
them. I miss
killing
an
them.
axe.
Axing
Do you have an axe?
Blowing
I
them
need
up
an
with
axe.
fire.
I mean, we're gonna have to do a bit of a background
chopped a
check here
couple of
first.
them.
It's real bad. Can I have an axe
What?
now?
What?
All right.
What did you all do to have demons chasing you like that? I mean, as you've noticed, I do have my own interaction with demons, but this seems to be something new.
Well, a couple of kids read from that book, and then all of a sudden, you know, literally hell broke loose. So,
That seems like quite an interesting book. May I take a look at it?
absolutely.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Sure.
They might be able to read it.
Is that a good thing?
There's a picture of her in there. It's great.
There's
It would
why,
definitely tell us who can read it and who can't.
why is there a picture of you in here?
You know,
Somebody
your
drew it.
guess is as good as mine.
And Samuel Ramey has finally succeeded in wriggling his way out. And, all right, y'all, enjoy your book. I'm just gonna quietly head out of town
I'm
now.
gonna shoot at his knee again.
You want to shoot his knee again? Okay.
We're not going anywhere.
Yes. Please endear yourself to me in this
Call it
fashion.
groovy. You can roll. Again, you're a sheriff. Yeah, this is 3. You're a Western sheriff. This is what you're
I'm
great
not
at.
even gonna look.
You were trying to roll.
Oh, that is
Over
3
it.
successes.
Yeah, and
I
you
do not look.
you shoot him right in the knee, and he goes down. And God damn it! You shot my knee.
I told you I was gonna do that.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd do it though. Come on.
I shot you before.
And you can hear in the distance the sound of a galloping horse, and he looks off. He's like, "Okay, here come one of my boys. Now you're gonna regret this." And this, you see this guy come riding in on a horse, and he just rides straight at y'all and pulls the horse to a stop, and he's like, Samuel, we got a problem, man. And Samuel's like, huh? And he's like, the boys, they were on their way here. They could break out. Like, we had them all, hundreds of them. The whole gang assembled, coming to get you. And then I left, and I came back, and the boys, it's like they weren't the boys no more. It's like they were all, like, they had red eyes and kind of dead corpse faces, like hundreds of them. And they're all headed this way right now.
That's a bummer.
Wait, so like the cows?
Who are you?
Hey, I'm Heather.
Hi, Moshe Goldfarb.
And Samuel Raymond's, my knee!
You got shot.
Stop your whining.
Really though, stop your whining.
My knee.
We're all gonna be whining here in a minute. Just saying.
Yeah, Pax is dead. How are we feeling? Feeling sanguine?
I think maybe we should start looking
So-
in this book.
Well, it
Did you
is
find Beardo?
quite an interesting book.
I
Moshe
found some
Goldfarb.
whiskey, but that
Well, howdy,
gone.
Moshe.
It wasn't
Nice.
good.
I'm Joanna
forgotten,
Bassett. I'm
Yeah.
the sheriff of the town. I'm
Hey,
kidding
ow.
your accent. I can't do that.
That sounds nice.
All right, I want to try to look at this book because I
good.
read it once. It just sort of became clear to me. I want to see if it happens again.
Yeah, it absolutely, right, yeah, you can absolutely try.
All right, do you mind if I looky-loo over your shoulder?
Oh, of course, I suppose, if you can
Heather.
point out something.
What? It's just
Heather.
a book. Leave me
Yeah.
alone. Hey.
Okay, so this is common.
Really
You work
nice.
with the
thank you,
sheriff's
darling.
department, do you get like full
Who rubbed their
benefits? You got
stink on you?
HMO or PPO
Oh,
or
quite a
something?
bit
Yeah,
of
hang
the
on,
fellas
gotcha.
here in town, as a matter of fact.
Oh no, yeah, that tends to happen.
It does, but I get paid for it.
Oh. That's a job you can do.
Oh, yes, it's quite a good one. I highly recommend it.
Someone should pay me to rub their stink. Right. Does this...
So glad you tuned in. Okay, you're studying that, and
What do I see?
before you roll to find out what you see, you take a look at it, and at first you think magic is happening, but then you realize you're just hearing like the flapping of little wings.
Right.
And you all look up, and in the air, circling around you is a just gorgeous flock of penguins. And they circle just on currents of air and glide down just gracefully to the ground.
I love when they migrate.
Yeah, graceful as penguins, as they say.
It's a much better stampede.
What the hell are those?
Did they follow you
one of
too?
those penguins walks right over to you, Sheriff, and hands you a little letter, which you open up, and what it says is, "Have a fun Wild West, y'all." And it is from BK Hannah 29, I guess it is.
Beacon.
Beacon age 29. Sorry, sometimes you look at these things. Thank you, Beacon. Not age
Wait,
29.
will you say it one more time? What's it say?
Beacon 29.
Beacon.
No, not the username. What's the note say?
It says, "Have a fun Wild West, y'all."
Yes, thank you
you
so
for
much.
making
And asked for in my best Western
Mission
accent.
accomplished.
So,
Already.
Best
Wait,
y'all.
a Best Western accent?
yes, like from the hotel.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Right there with you every step of the way, Sam DeLev. So yeah.
All right, after these penguins get out of my eyeballs.
Yes, and with that, the penguins just with Cirque du Soleil style choreography, just twirl into the air and just disappear straight above you.
How long do you think they rehearsed that?
It looks like they are really seasoned pros. And
What are those?
Carrier penguins, yeah?
Yeah,
You're not hip to the carrier penguin?
We don't have those around here.
I've never heard
Clearly you do.
of a penguin before.
And now we do.
And while you're watching
warming.
them disappear, you notice the sun is just starting to get low in the sky. It is
Well,
probably
time to
around
go to
5.
bed.
All right, not to make anyone more afraid than I don't know you might be. It's been known that they tend to get worse at night, so just be
Wait.
prepared.
Who gets worse?
The
Both
dead
the
things.
Deadites and my existential regret.
Oh, okay. First of all, what's a deadite?
So there's cows with deadites, and probably the guy with the hole in his leg, his friends are deadites.
I think they mean demons.
Oh, demons. All right.
Oh, yes.
I can understand that.
You seem really calm about all of this.
I mean, I've seen a lot of crazy shit in my time as sheriff. You know,
Like-
a small town like this, people get bored and do some weird shit.
Yeah, turn into demons all the time. Totally normal.
But that's not quite normal. They don't usually turn into demons, at least not that I've seen in this town.
You know, maybe
Yeah.
dealing with demons, I don't know, but never seen it in this capacity before.
I haven't
certainly
either.
not.
And
Right.
that Raimi gang members. Did anybody hear me when I said there's an army of corpse cowboys riding here to kill us all right
Yep.
now?
Yeah.
We're troubleshooting.
Thank you for this,
Which
so-
is both what we're doing now and what we will be doing later.
Well, do it faster.
All right, I'll use one of my questions.
Oh, yeah, sure.
To ask what's in this book. Is there any spells that sort of let you control the horde? Like, can I become the puppet master, as it were?
Well, are there any spells that let you control the horde?
Yeah, maybe not mentally, but like physically.
What I'll say is there are spells in there that let you influence the horde.
Right.
You don't actually control them. It's a little bit more like suggestion.
I'm really good at putting
Some
things
might
under the
obey, some
influence.
might not. But you'd have to be able to find it. And you'd have to be able to use it.
Wait, what?
Oh, thank you for the bits.
yeah,
Thank you.
Man.
Give me the bits.
See, now I can read it. Yeah, so that is in there, but you would have to find it and be able to use it.
Right.
So
BRB,
you can.
it's time to study.
Oh, this sounds like a terrible.
I know, someone
and,
give me liquor right now.
Well, I don't mind to look through the book and find it.
All right, you want to help me?
Okay, sure, I'll help.
Yeah.
Fire Red Lily gives their role to Sam. Thank you, Fire Red Lily. Yeah, I just want to remind everybody, our next here, should we happen to hit it, will be a guest appearance from Doc Brown and Marty McFly.
And then we'll haul Iron's car.
Fire it, please.
Yes.
A little extra.
We'll cause so
How much?
much
Plus a
damage.
little extra.
Plus a little extra.
Plus a
Little
little.
surprise.
Little surprise.
I hate surprises.
That's surprising. I wonder what's going
It's gonna
on.
be a good surprise. I can feel it. I'm probably wrong, but I feel it.
Yeah, no, I don't trust you at all.
What?
I mean, have I steered you wrong yet, Moshe?
Now this is great. This is where I wanted you.
Hey, I didn't
wanted
none of
to do
this.
is
You're
make a
welcome.
friend.
You're still alive.
Yeah. I'm.
Cool.
We're good.
So, like, should we haul up somewhere that's not
I was
destroyed?
gonna say.
Yeah.
Or the street.
Yeah.
How about the sheriff's office? Seems pretty secure if we have a gang coming to town.
There's a
Yeah,
big
but-
hole in the wall.
That and did you see the way those cattle ran through the bar? I don't know. The sheriff's office isn't much better built than that.
Yeah, but
so.
it's a choke point.
Do it is.
I don't know that there are
That
any.
good.
Samuel Raimi's My knees.
Shut up, Samuel.
You don't need
Big
those.
whiny
Trust.
baby.
Garbage count ongoing.
Well, I'm wondering if we could go to the nearby canyon, and that would really make a decent choke point, and they're not going to run through a stone wall.
Are you suggesting we all camp?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Oh, it's gonna be like that movie 300
So
though.
ready.
Oh.
It'll be great. Let's do it. You want to camp with
So
us?
you're suggesting that they go to
Sure,
a canyon.
that's what's safe.
Also.
Yeah,
Like a
well,
la 300, like some kind of choke point.
yeah.
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
Yeah, no, it's a good suggestion. And we will say that there is such a canyon actually just outside of town. It is Campbell Canyon, and it is
Campbell Canyon?
yeah.
I
and
like
it
this
It just
soup.
popped into my head from nowhere. From nowhere.
Mysterious.
Yeah. So it looks like the sheriff has a plan. What does everyone think?
Well, I suppose that sounds like a good plan, Sheriff. Why not? It's a good chokehold point, and we can protect ourselves, at least on a few sides. It might be beneficial.
Can these things climb?
They can fly.
I'm
They can
sorry.
fly?
Yeah, they fly.
Yeah.
The park ranger was flying, and a couple other people were flying. They were tourists or something, and yeah, they all fly around.
Well, maybe we should find a cave then, so
Okay.
that it can't just drop down on us.
You know, when she says the word cave, something happens to you. that, you know, that deja vu just kicks in again, and you have this sense there is a cave.
There is a cave.
There's a cave. You know that there is a cave somehow.
There's a cave somehow.
Why don't you make a roll? Roll Groovy. Roll 1 die to see if you can figure out your deja vu again.
Over or under?
Groovy, you want to roll over your number?
A re-roll.
Which is a 3. Okay, re-roll. That was not a 3.
Oh,
I re-rolled.
Damn.
I'm gonna need some re-rolls, friends. Okay, please. Hey, how about I pick a new die this time?
Sure. Yeah.
Which one is warm to the touch? This one's pretty warm. All right.
We have another like 32.
Hey, there we go. That one got the job done for now.
Of a cave.
Nyx gets up in Heather's ear. A cave of wonders.
It's a cave of wonder.
Actually, no, it's not a cave of wonder.
No, it's not.
What you are actually
Knock it off.
it suddenly
I'm having a moment.
Yeah, it suddenly occurs to you that back when you used to live in California, your
Cali
mom
days.
once took you to one of these little western roadside tourist traps, and you realize it's this town.
Oh my
It's this
gosh.
town. You were here like over 100 years from now when it has been broken down, ghost towned, and turned into a tourist trap. And
I
you
knew
remember. They gave you a tour of the town.
Yeah.
And part of that.
Bar is a souvenir shop now. It's such a bummer.
That is exactly right. The bar is a
sell
souvenir
liquor?
shop, which seems really out of place and kills the Western vibe, but they make a lot of money on souvenirs, so, you know, it's worth it. And you remember that the tour ended in an old silver mine that was just through a canyon.
Campbell Canyon?
Just through Campbell Canyon, a short, say, half-hour walk out of town.
All right, I can handle that. All right. There's an old silver mine around here.
Well, it's not old yet.
it's quite new, actually, I think.
Oh, right.
It's a small town. Give us a minute before things get out of style.
Don't worry, your town's gonna do great things in the future.
What? Do you have visions as well? I have a friend whose wife has those.
Really? Oh, I thought it was just maybe the whiskey from earlier.
I don't think it's
stank.
whiskey that gives her visions, but I suppose anything's possible.
Right. No, just I've totally been to your town before.
How come I don't know you then?
Oh, it was a long way later.
Let's not get into it. You know.
I think that
All right, it's like a half-hour walk. Maybe we should do like a quick, one of these.
Guys,
Yeah.
motion to steal that guy's horse and his gun.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, we can just
vote yes.
use the horses. You don't have to steal them.
And I bet you got a lot of legal guns that are registered with the state and the federal counties.
Again, I just met y'all and I'm not super comfortable just handing over a bunch of weapons.
That's all right. We've got our own.
That's cool. I guess.
And that
Great.
Raimi gang guy is like, they're gonna need guns. We're gonna need something. There's so many of them. How many people are in this town? We gotta arm everybody in this town.
And I just built this whole neat gun rack and everything.
Yep.
I'd really love to see it in use.
I am armed and dangerous.
All right. Statistically, the more people we get around us, they tend to turn first.
That's
so,
Turn?
Oh yeah, you're gonna turn
Yeah.
into a demon.
yeah, it's pretty likely actually.
Wait,
Why
So are you,
him?
probably,
Why
too.
me?
And you.
What? No, that
Yeah,
wouldn't
you're all
happen to
gonna
me.
be demons.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You say that.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see.
I don't think you'll be a demon.
I don't either. I've
You're right. But
I've
this one.
controlled demons for long enough.
What?
Yeah.
Why me?
I know, you got the look on you.
Like I look like I will someday be a demon?
Yeah.
Well, I think
don't
you
know.
look like that.
She does have a
How's
point.
that feel? What the hell, he giggling?
While y'all are standing there talking, and Samuel Raimi is laying on the ground, grabbing his knee and screaming for dear life because he's just bleeding out.
He is
probably.
gonna draw attention.
Yeah,
over
and
here.
that is what he is doing because people are starting to come out of their businesses and homes and sort of gather around you in the town square, and they're just looking at the fact that there is a man bleeding out on the ground, and a herd of demon cattle just destroyed the local saloon. So people are looking a little bit skittish, and they are looking to you as the crowd walks over. Sheriff, Sheriff, what's going on, Sheriff? Yes, what's going on, Sheriff? Sheriff,
All right,
Sheriff.
everybody, shut up. We've got a bit of a situation. All right, so here's how it's gonna go. If you are of able body and can fire a gun, you're coming to the canyon with us, and we're dealing with some shit. All right. And if you're not, if you're scared, or if you don't know how to use a gun, or you're otherwise occupied, please head in the opposite direction and seek shelter immediately.
What are we seeking shelter from, Sheriff? Is it
It's kind
some
of complicated. Let's just say it's Samuel Ramey's gang. They're coming and they're real pissed off.
What? That's terrible. What do you mean, let's just say? That's like a worst case scenario.
Great. Yes, let's go with that.
That's
It would
definitely
be
not
worse if they were flying demons, right?
Okay, can we not, exacerbate the situation?
Shot who in the what now?
No.
No, we're just saying we want shots, so can you make sure to bring your liquor to the cannon too? It's gonna be a party.
Yes.
We're going to a liquor party?
All right, everybody else.
Yeah,
no more
everyone's
color
invited.
commentary. You were confusing the simple people of this town.
We are the simple people of this town.
I'm not
Sheriff.
talking to you.
Sorry. We're very simple.
I want to take advantage of being extremely short and everyone else being extremely distracted to pickpocket someone's gun.
Okay, go for it. That is a common, precise action. So
Is it
it's
now?
Cool, yeah.
All right.
Pickpocketing,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
very common, precise.
But stealing things is a skill.
This type of stealing, yeah. So your number is 2. You were a groovy character, so you were trying to roll under your number.
I give you the
here.
wink.
Are you gonna like knock someone from the other side?
Oh
so I can
yeah.
You are a bit of a
I'm
rebel.
about to aid.
Have you pickpocketed before?
Yeah.
You've worked it before.
We're about to work this is what we do.
Okay, so you can roll.
This is why we had to go from Samo to Venice.
You can roll
Yeah,
3.
it is.
Oh, you can roll 2 because you're a pickpocket. But how often do you pickpocket Old
Venice.
West guns out of holsters? Probably not too often, right?
How tight are their
Big
pants?
5 minute
Yeah,
drive.
they have very tight pants.
I'm about to find out.
LA traffic.
Please let me know.
So you're gonna roll for assist to knock him?
Uh-huh.
All right, rub some stank on it.
I'm gonna rub so much stank all over that dude.
That's such a great catchphrase.
I know, I'm loving it. Thanks.
Yep.
Am I
Thank
rolling
you,
2
Jax.
to assist? Since
To
this is our
assist,
jam.
what are you doing to assist? You are.
Oh, I'm knocking the dude. I'm doing one of those I'm gonna
Oh,
distract
you're
you
gonna-
so someone else can touch
Sure,
you without
and you have done this
feeling
all the
it.
time.
Right, yeah.
So you know what? You can roll.
say, like, a
You
creep.
can roll 2 for this, and you can roll 2 for
Yeah,
this.
I mean, I'm kind of a creep. Haven't you met me?
Both cool. So you're both all trying to roll under your number.
Right.
Heather,
I
your
need a
number
lot of help for
3.
that,
Nick's
and
your
you're
number
okay.
is 2.
I've been rolling pretty low lately, so let's see what's up. And of course, I rolled
That's.
I rolled 1 success.
1 success.
All right,
yeah,
that
so that
gets me a
works.
die.
You got a die.
Beautiful.
So you can roll 3. Nix, you are up.
And I have 1 success.
1 is all it takes. Yeah, no, you get that gun out, but no bullets. That is what 1 success gets.
That
you.
is okay. I'm gonna use
Successful.
my knowledge
What
of
does
this
that
town
person
and
do?
go sneak away to the armory
Knocking
room.
into someone.
I know where the ammo is stored. I totally got shown it on my tour.
Yeah, you do have vague memories of seeing some place where the tour guide told you that this is where old-timey sheriffs would have kept extra
You could
guns and
also
ammo.
just ask.
Yeah, you could do that.
You
too.
said
I
you would
mean,
not.
we did. You kind of said no.
Let's just introduce ourselves. I don't even know your names.
Oh, right,
Before I hand
Heather.
over a bunch of weapons, let's just do a quick introduction scenario
Don't you
here.
go, Pop? I'm from Southern Brooklyn. My mother's name is Rachel, and my
All right, that
father's
is-
name is Yitzhak, and he's an
All right.
accountant.
All right. No, that is.
and
I want. Okay.
She
that's
runs the
fine.
pierogi
All
stand.
right.
You did ask for this.
One time, I accidentally sat down on a sea urchin when we were on vacation in Hawaii, and some of the stingers are still in my butt.
I roll
I think that's
away.
a bit
Oh my gosh.
information than
I roll away before this introduction finishes.
All right, you're rolling away.
Can't.
So what do you want to do about this?
I was 11. That was
They're just
7
part of
years-
you now.
9 years ago. Yes.
All right. Forget it. I'll open up the armory. Okay. Jesus Christ. Just
Yes.
stop talking.
Cool.
All right, Sheriff's gonna open up the armory.
All right.
Hi, thanks.
And if any of the townspeople who wanted to help, I can hand stuff up to them.
Pretty
Yeah.
much every townsperson who's got a trigger finger is volunteering to help here.
Except one guy. And we hear him in the crowd. Hey, where's my gun?
Yeah, he's just like, I'll help, Sheriff.
Oh wait, I
what
don't
the
know
heck?
where I put. It didn't have bullets in it.
All right, I don't got a gun, but I can throw these bullets real hard.
Oh.
He's gonna throw away his shot though.
Oh, Hamilton.
Yeah.
Let him. He is not going to do that.
No, we're not going there. Okay, we're not doing Hamilton raps tonight.
No.
Maybe next time.
Words spelling it.
So
Maybe if we get to that tier later.
okay, we haven't hit Doc and Marty yet at 250. How far away from Doc and Marty are we?
25.
$25 gets us to Doc and Marty. If we get $25,
Extra.
what?
Plus something extra.
Plus something
Oh, yeah.
extra. If we get 25 past that, do we know do enough people here know Hamilton lyrics to do the?
0%.
Good.
Okay,
So we're gonna do all of Hamilton,
First-
but what we think it is. And
if we get 25 past that, then next week we will figure out how to do some kind of Hamilton thing.
Yeah.
But first we got to get there. We haven't even hit Doc and Marty yet.
Hamilton, yes.
Thank God, because the appearance of Doc and Marty would just be completely ridiculous and blow our whole tone. So
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, clearly we
This is so serious.
don't.
We don't want that at all.
No.
No.
Because then we might do some crime on
yeah.
the DeLorean.
So
Do crime on it.
I'm gonna crime all over that
Felix,
DeLorean.
$25 for Doc and Marty. You guys have been great. We've already had the evil stampede. We've had Sam's chilling vision of things to come. A sleeper agent has been unlocked. Somebody
Yeah.
here is working
Right,
Yeah, I've
against the
been
group.
suspicioning on Aaron.
There is a secret objective
Probably.
at play. Max has some kind of secret objective he's working on. And next week, somebody, the chat gets to decide who this week. One of our regulars is getting a chainsaw arm. So chat, you figure that out, and they will.
I'm
they
pretty
will let
happy
me
with
know.
the gnarly scars I'm already getting. So.
Yeah, you're well on your way to action hero status.
that
with
was-
Oh yeah,
scars
I've got
and
like ripped sleeves wrapped around my bleeding arm. I've got the burnt face.
Yeah, you're working it.
All right.
I'm still trying to figure out the engineering
You're
of
like
me
a
having a
mess.
chain arm.
What?
You look a mess.
So
I hear that every day.
Hot mess.
Sheriff,
Yeah.
you start handing out the guns you have in your armory, and your armory is, I mean, it's pretty small. There's only 450 people or so in this town. So you have about 50 rifles, which, you know, you thought was way more than you would ever conceivably need for anything. And that's what you have to give out. Otherwise, oh my God! And a cannonball.
All right.
Thank you.
My vision is achieved.
Wow. Okay, so that gets us Doc and Marty at some crucial point. Yeah, during their Old West adventures, they cut this scene from Back to the Future 2, but Doc and Marty made a quick stop in Destiny, California, 1884, during the middle of an unofficial Evil Dead movie.
It goes well.
Yeah, no, it goes. Yeah, it might go well. I don't know. I'm not promising that.
You know how I say it goes well on this show.
Yes, yes. Who knows? This could be the end of Doc and Marty. Also,
And that will be canon.
Alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
Back
call
to the Future 4.
Yeah,
They go
yeah.
back for like
call
2
them,
seconds.
yeah.
but that is not all. See,
Yeah.
Doc and Marty, see, they're great. We love Doc and Marty. But the real essence of Back to the Future, what gave it its heart, its soul, is Huey Lewis music. And not only are Doc and Marty going to appear for Tier 7, but Havana and friends are going to sing some Huey Lewis for us.
All right.
Cool.
Is that 19th century Italian opera?
No.
We're aware that I'm SOL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
we
name
know?
a song.
Which
Do we know Power of Love from Back to the Future?
it's the
Yeah.
power of love, and that's
Hold on,
about
Megan.
all I know.
Yeah, I
That's
know
about
that
all we know?
line. I know
I-
that line.
I
Let's
once had
get
a karaoke
lyrics
video
out.
game
What?
that had that as a
Don't
song.
need no credit card to ride
Yes.
this train.
So
Yeah.
don't need money.
You're saying a lot of
Don't
words
take
right
fame,
now.
Don't need no credit
And I know
cards to
them.
ride this train. So strong and it's sudden and it's cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life.
Oh, that's the power of
Power of love.
Heather is
All right.
totally drums.
That's what you get.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Hold on.
When I don't know
can
the
do
cheers in
this.
advance. No, that was almost worth it. Havana did a great
Almost.
job.
I feel like Rick saying more of that than me.
Yeah,
I was lost the entire time.
But it was a journey.
yeah.
Sorry, that
We
was
were on it
not what
together.
you were expecting.
That was just the extra bonus. None of us knew that was coming. You've now seen how much rehearsal helps. No. Yeah.
We're gonna work on this. For
We
a
will.
couple
Yes,
weeks,
we will
bring it
work on
back.
Power of
Yeah.
Love. We promise.
2 hours every day.
But Doc and Marty are in the game now, and if we get $25 more, I guess I'm gonna we'll figure out some Hamilton thing to do for next week that somehow fits in with Evil Dead.
And we'll actually have practice this time, so tune in. It'll be better.
I cannot guarantee that, but
I will probably be a tryhard.
yes,
We can pretty much guarantee
They
that.
will practice. She might practice.
Hey, I know Hamilton songs.
Oh, you know
How's
Hamilton
it
songs.
fun?
Oh, you're good. All right.
Yeah, I'm good. Gold
you are.
kid.
So
right.
here in the
I am the-
Wild West, he's a crook, and I think he might be stealing guns just for fun out here. But I don't think that he's gonna survive the night. He lives in fear. Oh God, is Moshe Goldfarb.
Wow!
That was the original lyrics.
We don't even need a flamethrower because you spit in fire.
Wow, that
Ah,
been an
fire,
incentive.
no more.
so
crispy.
you have handed out the guns. The people
No one
who-
thanked me. You're
Thank you.
welcome. Okay, thank you.
We don't want to die. Yeah, well, they're grateful, but a little scared for social
Perfect
niceties.
mix.
And some of them head off into the desert away from the canyon, like you instructed. And the ones who are armed, head out towards the canyon and the silver mine.
Did my dog
Right.
come back?
Your dog has not come back. King is still out there somewhere.
King, where you at, boy?
All right, since we're probably inevitably going to die together, we should probably tell each other's names so we know what to put on the graves.
What if we all die though?
Well, we should pre-make
Well,
the graves.
Let's make name tags.
Then I think we'll be floating.
Yeah,
Honestly.
then we don't really have to worry, and maybe we
Yeah,
just
so we
talk to
don't
each
need
other
to do
as
anything
demons.
for graves, though.
But I'm Joanna. We've
Hey,
been introduced
Joanna.
a couple times. No
Hello.
need to redo that.
Feel you, Joanna.
no,
Great.
no.
What's your name?
My name is Rosaline.
Rosaline.
That's nice.
Nice.
Where's that from?
The name?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Staten Island?
No, it's an Irish name, but through Boston.
Oh, all right. I got family in Boston. They're nice.
Yeah, it's a decent place, I suppose.
Yeah.
And those townsfolk are just sort of watching this. Sheriff.
Well, okay, some of us have not lost our manners in the middle of a panic.
Yeah, this is an as we walk.
Sorry.
Yeah,
And
we're
and
walking.
We're shortening it.
this little girl runs up to you and taps you on the elbow and says, "What's your name?"
Hey, little thing, I'm Heather.
Heather. And she turns around and runs back to her family and she whispers at them.
Hey, secrets don't make friends, little one.
But they keep them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They whisper just goes out the crowd and they're like, it was
no.
Heather. Heather's the one who thought of going to the silver mine. This is it. So she's gonna save us all. And they start looking at you and they're all
no.
like, Heather, save us.
Whoa, there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, the whole town is just looking at you now.
Oh, I thought they were spreading a rumor, but this is worse. Great.
And they're watching for you to you for leadership.
Oh,
you're
do they?
standing around-
Can I do see if they copy me?
I'll
Yes.
copy you to support that.
Yeah.
So everyone just like gets it
So
rolling.
I like a Simon Says. They'll do it.
yeah.
Oh, this is what power
They're
feels
looking
like.
around a little confused. They look at the
I
sheriff.
kinda-
who sees not doing
yeah.
How long have you all been fighting demons?
About 6 hours.
Yeah, I get that. Maybe I should take this book and we should head
Oh,
on.
wait. We're gonna
You don't want me
everyone
to interpret it for you.
to the mine. All right, let's do this together.
Also, like, who's bringing their
sounds
child?
good.
Take
Right.
the other direction.
Yeah, those families finally head off with the rest of the caravan.
No, Rose has a particularly lovely stank, and so do you.
Well, I think that was a compliment, so I'll say thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I roll to try to find this spell that she thinks is in the book?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Yeah,
and this is something you
let's do
do. So your number, Rosaline, is 2.
2.
You are a groovy character, and you are trying to. This is a cool roll. Yeah.
Osha, that suits you.
Well, how are you doing this? How are you gonna? Are you just like sort of thumbing through it, trying to read this ancient language, or are you gonna invoke one of your powers, maybe to see if you can figure something out?
I want to assist by looking at the pictures.
Sure. Roll 2 groovy for that. So you want to roll over.
I don't really have any powers to help me here. The where I got my powers though was by figuring out clues in a different book.
Okay.
You know all the best pictures ever.
I know. I can help you with pictures. See, like you see that face that's sort of demonic. I've seen it before, so.
Where have you seen it before? It looks
On like every face we've encountered.
Right, that's because that's a demon.
Right. Yeah. See, we're on the same page.
We are. You're quite helpful.
Thanks.
We're very glad to have you.
You can roll an extra one because her help roll succeeded. This is cool.
Yeah.
This is a cool roll, so
Okay,
you want to
a
roll
cool
under
roll.
your number, which is the 2.
So I need to roll a 1. I rolled 2 6s and a 3.
Yeah, you can't tell anything right now. There are a bunch of rerolls you're welcome to try and use.
I will. I
Yeah,
have one too.
reroll.
Oh, yeah, and you've got your own, right.
All right.
We need this.
Give me a 1. I got a 1 and
Yeah.
2 actually.
So your number, you get a
I
question.
do. All right.
Okay, so you were looking for this spell that lets you sort of influence the Deadites, and you found spell. You got 1 success there, and you could just about read it. Maybe not every last little syllable,
Okay.
but you get enough. Nice hat. You get enough of it so that you can tell which page you're looking at, and you can see this spell here. This is the spell that lets you push the dead around a little bit.
So you're saying there's some sort of spell in here that will allow us to control the dead somehow?
You know, it was just sort of a hunch, and look at that, you found it.
No, I don't think it's in here actually. I'm not seeing anything like that.
Oh, well, we could always just try it, but, you know, sometimes that goes pretty poorly.
That's when I actually think turns more people into demons, so you probably don't want to try it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just save that one for later then.
I can keep looking through the book and see what else I can find. Maybe I can find, maybe it's somewhere that I didn't see.
Yeah,
she
maybe
can
we
read
can
it.
just, let's do that later, like by the campfire
Oh,
in
you
the
can tell
night,
ghost
where it's
stories from
nice
the
and
book.
quiet and dark and dreamy, you know.
All right, it might
Later.
be hard to read at that point, but if that's what you want to do.
Nah, we'll get plenty of reading done.
All right, darling.
Hey Heather,
Yeah.
stank consultation.
Yes!
Yo. Okay.
Yo.
And the townsfolk are just sort of all standing.
Oh, we're
walking! This is
walk and talk.
This is a
Oh, this is a
West
walk
Wing
and talk.
walk and
Okay.
talk.
Walking the whole time.
Walking the whole, it's a half hour away!
It is a walk and roll, damn
Yeah,
it.
it's a half
Yeah.
hour. It's a long caravan, so they're moving slow, and you
All
guys are
right,
walking.
stink sidebar.
All right, dude. Are you going to rub stank on that?
I want to.
But like, look. Okay.
Do
here's
you,
my thing. here's
do
my
you
thing.
think she is digging the smell
Look,
of me?
I think she probably digging everything you got going on. But like, here's my thing. That
Yeah.
what if like part of this whole thing is like there are really attractive people who go evil, like nasty. She really wants that book though.
Dang it. Why do the hot ones always gotta be evil?
Hey, some of us are just bad.
All right, well, can I at least just wait it out? See what happens the rest of the night?
Dude, if you do not see this out, I would be so mad. Just like be careful.
Thanks.
with the book,
Okay,
though.
okay, yeah, I'll keep my eye on the book and some other things.
Stank blessings upon you, my friend.
Oh,
And while you
thanks.
two are talking, and overhead, the sun is now almost completely gone. It is real kind of twilight feel to it, and you just see from a distance, streaking at you across the sky, 3 flying shapes, which the 3 of you recognize this sort of this speed and this pose as flying deadites streaking towards you way above the ground.
All right,
That's what I was talking about.
it begins.
They move fast, and you hear this kind of demon-y scream just in the distance, you know.
Shoots chainsaw.
All right, stay behind me, Rosalina. We'll protect you.
All right, it's Rosaline, first of all. Second of all, I think you might need my help here.
I have trouble with names sometimes.
You know,
Hamoshi.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is
Shove the book in my pants.
all you
That is
gotta do
actually the
use
reason why
the
my nickname is
charm.
Nix. You couldn't get Phoenix.
No, it was so hard. There's so many letters.
And the
Just
townsfolk
Nix.
are like, run, she'll save us, the one with the book in her pants, she'll save us.
Such a hot look, though, Heather.
Yeah, that's practical.
I'm peacocking. Can you tell?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Is that a Necronomicon in your pants, or no, never mind.
Or you're just happy to see me.
Yes.
Both.
So that shriek is getting louder. Those shapes are coming closer. They are still very high above you.
All right, nail gun in hand.
You're gonna try and shoot.
Yeah, I am.
All right. So there are 3 of them, and you got your rifle. So why don't we say you are shooting at a very high moving target? That's probably like. What are you doing? You're just like strafing the sky, or are you trying?
Yeah,
to,
I'm doing the nail gun, not this buddy.
Oh, the nail gun. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just shoot. I want him to like make more noise and maybe get agitated and come down to the ground.
So you're strafing the sky with nails. Let's call that wild, passionate action.
Yes,
it's
it
groovy.
is.
So with groovy, you want to roll over your number, and your number, Heather, is 3.
Can I assist?
Yeah.
I want to just like lay down so that my torso is over my legs so that she can like stabilize the shot.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah! And I slide on the dust and straight on the back, ready.
Little Mad Max Furiosa thing going on here. Okay. Huh?
Look at me even better if this has
All right. So yeah,
All right, you gotta roll because I gotta.
Yeah. You
gotta roll
which
first.
dice.
All right, what am I?
You are rolling. Let's say let's call this groovy. You can roll 2. I mean, you're just curling up into a ball. It's not
Yeah,
like a
this
great
is not
scale.
the highest. I, in fact, curl up into a ball.
Yes, you successfully curl up into a ball. Well done, Nix.
Right. How much dice am I adding?
You can get 1 extra, so
One
let's
more.
say you are strafing the sky. Right, 1 more. What is it, 3 total? I think.
Correct.
It's groovy. You want to roll over your number, and your number, Heather, is 3.
I do twice.
You nailed it!
Nailed it!
Yeah, and one of those deadites just falls from the sky straight down, and you see a little dust cloud appear on the horizon where it fell.
I look back at Rosaline and just do a quick on the tip of the nail gun.
That was quite impressive.
I know, sometimes
Did you all
I'm-
see what she did?
I did it.
That is the weirdest gun I've ever seen.
It is weird, but she handled it quite well. I've never seen anyone do that before.
Oh yeah, Heather knows how to handle her guns.
Clearly.
And nail.
She knows how to nail people.
And as those other 2 deadites streak even closer to you, people start screaming now, and they're just running towards the canyon. Only the 5 of you are standing your ground, assuming the 5 of you are standing your ground.
I'm quivering on the ground.
Sure.
I'm not standing.
You are quivering. I will not make you roll for
How
that.
close are they getting?
Only 3 or 5 of us are standing.
Nailed it.
They're getting pretty close. I would say they're a couple 100 feet away and closing at streaking deadite
There's
speed.
only 2, right?
2 left, yes.
2.
Well, as I start to get closer, I'll try to use my other spell, 54 card pickup, which basically takes a spectral deck and shoots the cards out and tears people to ribbons with the cards.
I love this attack. All right. And this is
I think I'm about to fall in love.
this is what did we call this last time? We call this cool, precise action.
I think we called it groovy last time. But
we called it groovy last time.
Groovy.
Okay. So we'll do it groovy again. And you want to roll over your number, which is 2.
How many dice?
This is something you're good at, so and are expert in. So say 3. I mean, demons. You're probably the only person here not just freaked out by the very principle of demons.
I got
Sheriff seems
1
pretty chill
success
about
and
the whole
1
thing.
question.
Yeah, sheriff is a very even nerve.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody who's calling.
So you got
I got 1 success and 1 question.
okay.
One.
Do you have a question? Or you can bank it if you want.
Not yet.
All right.
Not yet.
So many.
But a success is a success, and that card attack just spirals through the air and hits one of those deadites. And the deadite seems almost extra sensitive to your magic attack. Just not used to being attacked with magic. The deadite just flees and turns and just shoots in the other direction away, leaving just the one. And that one saw the other one's reaction and is now sort of just hovering above you a little uncertainly, and it's looking at the five of you, and it's just, I'll swallow your soul, I'll swallow your soul.
Come on, come at my soul, come at my soul.
And it
Demon magic.
turns on you and starts closing.
All right.
I take my elbows off their back. Go get them, Nyx.
How would you,
Chain me, Heather.
Chained, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Chainsaw, okay. And the chainsaw roars to life. We're just going to give you that right there. And but that deadeye is streaking at you, and now you have got to fight it. So that is groovy, wild, passionate action.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
hacking with a chainsaw. You're not a big chainsaw fighter. So we're going to say that fighting chainsaws and demons is not something you are really prepared or expert at. So you can roll 1 here unless somebody wants to somehow help out.
Can you push me so I'm just holding the chainsaw?
Heck yeah, I can.
Let's go!
Well, for that, that will be cool, calm, precise action. So you roll under your number, which is a 3, and you can roll 3. This is a pretty easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Push a wheelchair.
I mean, just pushing your arms forward.
All right, I got 1 success and 1 my numbers.
Okay,
so
you got a
2
question?
successes and a question.
Or you can bank it.
Let me think about it while Sam rolls.
Sure. So that absolutely worked, and you get the extra die.
Sam got shot in the knee. He's in the village.
No!
He's gonna live forever and make bad movies.
Yes, we will assume Samuel Ramey was dragged off by the peaceful people headed in the other direction to hide, so that he can have descendants who will somehow someday make horror movies. You get the extra die, so that's 2. And this is groovy. You roll over your number, which is a 2, and you did that.
I changed all that.
Yeah, yes, describe what happens as that deadeye just streaks down from the sky.
Is streaking toward me, and I'm just flying forward holding the chainsaw, and he ran into my chainsaw. He ran into my chainsaw once, because after that he was dead in pieces.
All right, yeah, and you tear that thing apart, and just deadeye blood sprays all over you guys. And that's it, and suddenly it is quiet again, and you see the last of the people disappearing off towards the cannon, and the 5 of you are left there as the last of the sun disappears over the horizon, and it is night now.
Well, you are all very capable.
Yes, quite. It's probably helpful in this particular situation, I suppose. But it seems like we still need to figure out more about this book. Heather, darling, would you like to maybe spend some time with me and we can try and decipher it together?
Yeah, let's go somewhere quiet.
Oh, I like this idea. Let's do that.
Deciphering's what the kids are calling it nowadays.
We're gonna decipher all night long.
How close are we to the mine now?
You're getting pretty close. I would say
Let's go into the mine. We'll find somewhere quiet.
You're coming to the end of the
Alright.
trail,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
it is within sight. You see the lip of the mine. You see the miners who were there, herding the townspeople in. They know something's up. That all these town people are filing towards the mine, and they see you coming, and the miners, Sheriff, what's going on, Sheriff?
We're having a bit of a situation. Let's just say Samuel Ramey's gang is coming in hot.
Can't
And
stand Raimi.
possibly in the sky.
We're all coming in hot.
Don't worry about it.
sky.
It's fine. It's fine. But what we need to do is fortify the open of the mine. So if we get some of the carts out front to create a couple barriers or, something like that. Do you guys have any extra TNT down there?
Yeah, booby traps.
I don't know, Sheriff. We're not supposed to just give that stuff away.
I'm the sheriff. Like, if you're supposed to give it away, it's literally to me.
But it might not be to anyone. All right, Sheriff. You're trying to use your status. You intimidate these guys into following your orders.
Yeah.
Let's say that's. Well, we'll call that groovy. You are turning on your your intimidation factor. So let's call that. Actually, that sounds more like calm, precise action, right? You're doing that Clint Eastwood. You're staring them down and making them. So let's call that. You probably do stuff like this a lot. You can roll 3.
Okay.
You are a tough Western sheriff, but you are trying to roll under your number, which is a 3.
Okay, so I get one question.
Hey!
And those miners
Turns
are
out
just,
she's the sheriff.
yeah. she's the sheriff, and she stares that miner down, and he's just like, "Whatever you say, sheriff. I'm going to go get those cards."
That's what I thought.
We'll be right back. And he just tears off into the mine. You also, I think you got your number there, so you also get a.
I did mark that. Yeah, I don't.
You get a question if you want it.
I have a question that I want to use from the bank.
Sure.
Has her dog come back yet?
The dog has not come back yet.
Why are you doing this to us?
How dare you?
The dog is being chased by an entire herd of demon cattle.
To be
He is
fair.
chasing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like herding them, but it's,
control.
it takes a lot of effort. He can't just give up or they'll just come back.
He's a professional.
That is true.
That's true.
I'd like to use one of my hails as well, if that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you
Is
got?
there another way to get out of this mine?
Yeah, there's another way out of the mine.
Oh,
good.
great.
No one escapes from sitting.
But you don't know what it is.
Ah, crap.
But do I know what it is?
No, you don't know what it is.
Oh,
All right, but I'm gonna
I
find it.
might.
That's true.
There's like a little ride you get in later.
You might know what it is.
I
Maybe
totally.
tonight.
Oh!
Well,
Go somewhere where
College
nobody
freshman.
else is, so we can be totally alone and no one will know where we are.
Sounds like a great plan. Let's do that.
Yeah.
so you are at the mine, and
Don't leave
those
me alone with
miners
this one.
are.
She's evil.
wait, why am I evil?
I don't know, you got that look.
No, it's okay. They're
You didn't even
They're
shoot at
leaving
any of
you
those demons.
with me.
I didn't
and I'm
have
not evil.
time.
I'm just bad.
There's
She didn't shoot at any of the demons.
No.
Yeah. Night is young.
All right.
Yeah, I
well,
know.
you
I was the
you
one
arrive
cowering on the
at the mine, and those miners are finally pulling those carts out like you
Okay.
asked them to, and they're starting to set up a barrier in front of the mine. And we'll describe this place. It's a little the way this works. It's a little picture like. You are at the end of a canyon, and there is the mine, sort of like a cave that is in the end of the canyon wall. And the canyon wall is steep, but it's not a sheer cliff. It's the kind of thing that you could probably climb with some difficulty up to a mesa that's above you. Why don't we say that as sheriff, you are starting to put people in strategic positions. You know, think Helm's Deep or think the end of our Army of Darkness. You are getting ready for the standoff with hundreds who are coming, and you are ostensibly in charge here. So, what's going on?
So, positioning people on the tops of the canyon since it's getting dark. Not at the very top because then they might be silhouetted by the sky, but like in the crags, kind of just below that.
That's good thinking.
And on either side of the canyon. And then people positioned behind the barrier as well. And then I'm gonna go run out farther in the so the mine's here, and then there's the barrier, and I'm gonna run out here and bury that TNT that we had, and set up some sort of trigger system if it gets stepped on.
Ooh, okay. Okay, there's gonna be some rolls there.
What should I get down?
I'd like to help and make sure that at least with the booby traps, that everything's working.
Oh, now you want to work with me?
Well,
You've
don't-
been shitting on me all goddamn
Yeah,
night.
that's correct. But I trust you with a bunch of explodies. No.
Well, I can't even trust you to not piss your pants when one of these deadites
That's
come around.
100% accurate, and they're not around right now, so I feel very confident.
Well, I will allow you to assist then.
Thank you
Ninny.
very much. That's so.
Confident in your confidence.
Openly weeps.
All right, so you are going to try and lay the dynamite around to create some kind of traps
yeah.
that you can then set off, I guess, with what, plungers or...
Yeah, that would be the most old Western thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Classic.
And you can help out because you are a tinkerer, so you would probably be pretty useful in this regard.
Yeah.
And this is like a civil engineering kind of thing. They demolish bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wait, am I studying civil engineering? Some of my major is.
So
Yeah, remember
sounds
building
like
bridges.
Oh
Building
yeah,
bridges.
that's right.
So how many of these traps do you want to lay? Let's say
How
you have
much
enough.
did they get me?
Let's say they gave you 18 sticks of dynamite,
Okay.
and the miner tells you, oh, they're kind of old, so you're probably going to want to use at least 3 in any spot if you're going to be, lifting anything in any kind of significant weight.
All right.
All right.
Then I guess just lay those, but spread out over the width of the canyon.
Okay.
Not evenly, but kind of like.
Would you say these are your boomsticks?
I would say this
Ooh.
is a shit ton of boomsticks. These are my boomsticks.
Alternate boomstick. Well done.
It's like way
So-
better title for them.
So let's say that's, what did I say, 18 sticks of dynamite or something like
Yeah.
that, and then you need 3 of
Six
these, so
traps.
6, okay. So I'm going to have you roll twice. Max, you can help her on 3 of them, and then I'll have you roll for the next 3, see how they work, okay? So
Okay.
why don't you just do both of those together? And you can roll 3 die, and this is cool, because you are doing your tinker thing and you're an
Right.
expert. So
Helping.
you were trying to roll under your number.
So 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Right.
That gets you help on the first 3, and go again.
Do it again. Come on, dice. Hey ho. 2 successes.
All right.
And one of them's a hail.
Oh, okay. So you get a hail. You get a
Make a note
question
of
if you
that.
want it. You can ask it now, or you can hold on to it. Sheriff, you now can roll an extra die on each of these. So you have probably set up some dynamite in your time. You're an old Western sheriff. This is something you run into.
I wasn't always the sheriff. Once I was a very avid fisherwoman.
Did
Well,
you,
that sounds nice.
did you fish with dynamite?
Yes.
All right. So we'll say you're.
The most effective way.
It's hard to argue with that.
No as protected.
We will say that you are an expert with dynamite, so that gives you 3, plus his help gives you 4. So roll 4. This is cool, calm, precise action. You are building traps. You want to roll under your number, which is a 3.
So 2 successes.
All right, so that works. The first 3 traps are set up and working. And you got a plunger that will activate them on pushes. Roll 1 more time, see if the next 3 work.
And 4 again.
Yeah, same thing.
3 successes. If
Yep.
it meets, it's a success, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 3 successes.
Yep, okay, so all of the dynamite traps are set up and working. They are spread out across the entrance, so anything that comes straight at you on the ground is susceptible to them.
And then for that, I would have directed the people on like the tops of the canyons, if those creatures are flying in, to shoot them, and then that'll hopefully push them down onto the ground, if that makes sense. If they're shooting them while they're still in the air, then
Oh.
maybe they ground themselves,
Okay, sure. All right.
rather than just expecting them to walk down the canyon, I guess.
Okay, yeah, you issue those instructions to the sharpshooters who will do their best, Sheriff.
Better.
I go up to the plungers and I take my knife and I scratch on the side of it. Acme's Akbar activation device.
Okay. you do-
Acme's Akbar activation actuator.
Okay, we're going pun heavy here.
Are you vandalizing government property?
Yes, ma'am.
This mine is owned by the government?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are you two doing?
Neat.
We're sneaking
I
off
own it
somewhere
personally.
where we're totally alone.
Also the mayor. We're gonna decipher this book.
Yeah,
Okay. Everybody
decipher
knows
the
that.
book.
So you two are looking at the book. So why don't we let's play out a little? What's going on?
They are alone.
They are alone.
Utterly
You
alone.
You 3 are preparing for the assault. They are working on the
Okay.
Necronomicon.
Excellent.
Or whatever they're working
Party
on.
split count.
Yeah, I want to.
Right.
What else can I figure out in this book? What can I? Is there?
Maybe we can help each other with pronunciation. A lot of mouth exercises.
It's quite a good idea. You have so many good ideas.
Sometimes.
Clearly. Well, so what have you discovered about this book? Is there anything else you know?
Oh,
about
just
it?
that I'm totally famous and in it.
Oh, you are? Well, where's that picture of you in it?
Ew, I should have dog-eared this. Right.
yes.
Well,
Just
Gina,
one
you-
second.
You find the picture of Heather.
Oh, there's me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
What do you think?
It's a very good likeness. It's very impressive.
Thanks. I stand like the way I do in the book.
You're much more attractive than this picture, though.
And while you are looking at the book, sorry to cut that off. And while you are looking at the
Start
book,
tucking my pants.
the text on the opposite page
Right.
catches your eye, and you see it, and you get the feeling from the few words that you can pull out that this picture is of somebody who came from the future, and that this spell on the opposite page, if incanted correctly, could send them back to the future.
I was hoping this would go there when the sentence started.
And that spell don't take money, and it don't take fame.
You don't
And
need a credit card to ride this train.
There you go.
That's it. That's all I know.
Vanna made good.
It's just the power of love.
There we go.
There it is.
My God.
Yeah.
Very powerful, that love.
I know. I feel it. Do you feel it?
Oh, I do.
Really?
It's quite a bit,
Do you
actually.
promise?
I do promise.
Sweet.
Oh no.
Why don't you roll?
Yeah, so much
Be
stink.
better
It's
at
gonna get rubbed
intuition,
on
diplomacy,
it.
seduction, and wild passion in action.
Wild passionate
No,
action.
I'll make you roll for the Necronomicon stuff. Why don't you roll to see how well you can understand this incantation?
I'm not ready to go home.
How many dice do you want me to roll?
You can roll 2, and we'll call it cool calm action. Your number is 3. You were trying to roll. No, your number is 2, and you were trying to roll beneath it.
All right. I rolled 1 success.
Okay. You feel like you have a pretty good grasp on this spell, and you feel like you can incant it correctly, and you think that what's going to happen when you activate it is that a portal in the sky is just going to open and suck all the people and things that came from the future right back where they came from.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can figure this one out, and I will try to read it.
You make that brain work real hard.
Oh, I will. I will.
And while you guys are having your scene, we're gonna flip back over.
Are you sure?
Yeah. This is a family show.
no, it's working in my
Oh wait, no,
favor.
it's not. No, we'll go back. No,
Mine too. Definitely not.
because over at the opening of the mine, you are starting to hear the distant sounds of horses. Hooves moving across the wide, flat rocks of this barren desert. And you know the sound of a large gang when you hear it. And given that you were warned about what's coming, you think you know.
Are we
The
gonna
dead
pull
are
up
here.
horses?
I have a hail to the king question.
Yeah, go.
Is her dog back yet?
No, her dog is not back yet.
Do you know how many of these I banked?
Oh, wow.
That dog better come back. Better not right. No, we don't want him to come back right now. We don't want him to come back right now.
To be safe with us.
But he might step on the dynamite and explode.
Yeah, we're also not safe in any
But there's
way.
an Acme Zekbar activation actuator here. He's not going to turn it by accident.
But if he got
He's
mixed up in the rabble, I don't know. He's smart. He'll be all right.
Yeah, no, dog is not back, sorry. Luckily, they have 45 more bank questions, so. So yeah, you start to hear the distant sounds of footsteps, and you know the dead have arrived. Suddenly, the wind picks up. The sky turns. Yeah, you are feeling the wind pick up. The sky is turning kind of blood red, even though it's night. There's this screeching, howling sound that just sort of seems to fill the desert, echoing around in the emptiness. It is pretty eerie. The sharpshooters, the townspeople, they are all on edge waiting for something to happen. And as that happens, on the horizon start to appear a long line of horses, just as far as you can see from left to right. Horses
Question.
with riders. Question.
Are the horses' eyes also red?
Yes,
Thank God.
the horses are demonic. The riders are demonic. and they are moving towards you. And right in front of them, there is one who appears to be the leader. He's maybe a little bit bigger than the rest, and he rides a few feet out in front of them. And when he stops, the whole line stops in, precisely behind him. And then they just stare at you.
And what? Did they enter the canyon, or
they are. They have you sort of hewn into the canyon. Let's say you were at the far end of a canyon. It's kind of like a U. They are now blocking in the way you came.
Does this incantation that I do work, or what happens? Because depending upon what happens, I might try to do something else. That's what I'm asking.
You only know what I told you.
Okay, so
because you only rolled a 1, so
she didn't disappear.
Did you read it out loud?
Yeah, that's why
you
I
read it.
Read it out loud.
You read it out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Your pronunciation is magnificent.
Oh, thank you. I've read books like this before.
Really?
Sort of. It's quite different. It's more about card games. It was much more boring. But
Oh, I have one more thing I want to ask you.
All right.
What do you think of my big knife?
Okay, I want to cast Puppet on her. Actually, I like knives. But yeah, I want to cast Puppet, which allows me to control a person and make them do
Use me how you want, baby.
Okay. You are going to cast Puppet.
I'm sorry if I murder any of you.
You
got tempted fate, and now fate doth tempt you.
It was worth it. I got to stand really close to you.
All right, this is groovy because it is your power, which we've said is groovy before. You want to roll over your number, which is a 2, and you can roll 3 die.
Okay.
Are you doing a spell from the book?
No, not this one.
Oh, this is your own magic?
Yeah, so I rolled
Great.
3 successes, actually.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, that works. And Puppet, just to explain to the audience, this spell lets her control her. The person gets to make a save against
yes,
this.
there is a save against it.
Okay, let's let you make a save against this, which in this time we will call also
A little
groovy.
power play, let's do it.
Yeah, we will call this also a groovy roll.
Okay.
And you can roll 2.
Okay.
We will just say is your level of natural resistance from being totally stoned out.
Yeah,
and
you're used to being mentally compromised.
Pretty
it's
much.
groovy, so you want to roll over your number, and your number, Heather, is 3.
The counter incantation is, there are no strings on me.
I got 1 success and my number.
Okay, well,
I just have one question for you. How could you?
Well, clearly you have a book that's very important, and there are bigger things coming than just this. This is just part of it, and you're not going to give it to me, and I need to learn that power.
I was totally gonna give it to you.
You just pulled a knife on me.
No, I just thought you'd like it.
Well, I do like it quite a bit.
Really?
Yes, but I don't want to be attacked by a knife, so I think that I'm going to have to let these demons come after you so you don't come after me. And I will take this book as well. So I'm going to...
Do you want to use me for something?
Yeah, I'm going to make her walk back towards them, putting her knife away and just say, everything's great. Rosaline is deciphering the book. It's going to be really helpful. Don't worry about it.
okay, but you already read that first incantation, right?
Special.
Okay, you are walking away, but you only roll. What did you roll on that on the puppet one? You got 1 success on the puppet. So
on puppet, I got 3 successes.
Oh, on the puppet, you got 3 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm real puppeted.
you are just frozen there.
Oh no, I'm walking back
I'm making her walk back to them.
Towards the horde.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, yes, you are walking back towards the horde. You have the Necronomicon and are headed off.
I want to go the other way, and what I want to do is see if I can figure out how to use the spell that was actually there of controlling or at least swaying the Deadites.
Okay, why don't we see if we can if you can make that work? Roll. We'll call this calm precise action because you're using a spell that you're not familiar with, so you got to read it and sort of really think about it.
Okay.
And you are not familiar working with the Necronomicon. This kind of magic's different than your magic, so let's just say 1 die.
1 die. Okay, we'll do this one. So I need to get under a 2. I got a 2.
All right.
Good. Yeah, that does it.
Is it? But that's not a success, or is it a success?
Yeah, that's a
It
success.
is. Okay.
Success with some sort of complication or something.
Okay. Yeah.
but-
So
yeah.
I can read it.
Yep, and you read the incantation, and you get most of the syllables right, so it mostly works.
This can only
Okay.
go well.
And you can sort of once you've read those words, you can sort of see this power flow from the Necronomicon and just sweep around the valley.
She's really excited about all this power.
All right, and yeah, okay.
Basically, what she wants to do is tell them there's a back door.
You're gonna tell the Deadites there's a back
Yes.
door from the cave?
I hope they survive, but I can't have them following me.
Wow.
I literally can't follow you.
Well, the rest of you.
I want to reach out, but my arms won't let me.
Yeah, you're walking back, and those Deadites, you suddenly, the three of you are looking at that line that was frozen, and then without a sign, without anything happening, the ends of the line break off and ride out of the canyon, leaving just the middle of the line.
What are the parameters of this spell?
Probably not that far. Probably as I start to get further away, that I would lose.
Oh, it goes
power
away?
there.
Oh, thank God.
It only lasts
Yeah.
for a very short amount.
If you're moving away, then yes, you are probably starting to regain some control.
I get back to Nyx.
Heather, what's going on? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? What happened?
Oh,
What happened?
It was going so well. And then
Did you get to first base?
not
Wait, where is she?
even.
What happened?
She took my book and then she made me into a puppet person and sent me away and broke my heart.
Oh, maybe we
Classic
should not have
Rosalie.
objectified women.
I was being respectful. I was letting her make the first move.
Oh, that's a super
Well, she
bummer.
certainly made it, didn't she?
Yeah, right
right.
into my heart.
Do you want me to go
Okay,
after her,
well-
though? I will totally go after her
Hey,
for you, though.
Nyx, can
Yeah.
you check? Is there a knife in my back?
Oh.
Because I feel it.
Oh, bro.
And with that, you just hear one of the Deadites.
There is.
Oh no! I knew it!
One of the Deadites, that lead Deadite, just yells, "Yeehaw!" And he pulls his rifle and fires it, pulls his six gun, fires it into the air a couple of times, and that line of Deadites starts marching at you.
Oh.
Oh, good. Well,
goodbye.
Hold. Hold. Just let them, see if we can let them walk towards us more so that we get the most coverage with the team.
So you're doing like that thing that hold, and everyone's like waiting,
Hold
and you're
your
like,
fire.
oh, they're all getting
Hold your
nervous.
fire.
They're all
Wait
like,
till you see the red of their eyes.
right, that one cowardly guy shoots, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Sheriff, that was me.
Hi.
Go to bed, Taylor.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna turn around and get my wheels lined up with the tracks of like the mine carts so that I can go real fast after the person who hurt my friend's feelings.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And incidentally, also people who are coming through the back garden.
Yeah.
This will go well.
All right, that's awesome. Let's call that wild, passionate action. You spy those mine tracks, and you figure they lead that back that way, and if there's another way out of here, they might help you head off Rosaline.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna call this wild, passionate action. You want to roll over your number. Now you have never hooked your experimentally modified weapons wheelchair to a old-time 1850s mining car system.
But I'm
So-
also super good at being fast.
But you're super good at being fast, so we'll call this. You can roll 2 unless somebody wants to
I'd
help
like
them.
to. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go after the person who hurt my friend.
Are you running away from the demons?
I'm running to the person who hurt my friend.
So away from the demons?
Yes.
Okay, I'm helping.
All right, so you are
Yeah.
doing your tinker thing.
I'd like to do the tinkerer thing, yeah.
All right, you have also never done this. You were an
No.
expert at this kind of stuff before. The pressure's on now, so you can roll 2 to help.
Okay.
And this is cool, calm, precise action. You want to roll under your number, which is a 5.
Can you take me with you?
Soup the nos and hop on the gun rack.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Hey, Nyx.
I got 2 successes.
2 successes, yeah.
One of
Just
them's-
promise you won't
am.
hurt them if they're not demified. They just... Maybe I was a little disrespectful and I just hurt their feelings. It might have been my fault. I don't know. But I think that if she just comes back here, I can prove myself.
Respect your introspection, my buddy.
Thanks.
Get that book though.
Yeah, definitely get the book first. Yeah. Then I'll show that I'm worthy.
What's in your hand?
What is in your
Remember,
hand?
it's the knife.
It's the
The
Kandarian
Kandarian
dagger.
dagger.
Right.
That.
Right.
I like that thing's very
Heather
nice.
picked up the Kandarian dagger back at the Nobi cabin in Game 1. This is the dagger that comes from ancient Sumeria and is rumored to be a very effective weapon against Deadites.
I traded a J for it.
She did.
But just a little bit. There were a couple hits left. Just a couple.
Yeah, it's true.
We smoked it down.
What's
Yeah.
the name in her J?
No, I traded back their own J.
Moshe,
Destiny!
Moshe, you absolutely make short work of that rail system,
right.
and you hook Nix's chair right to it, and you are surprised at how well this fits.
You guys have power drills, right?
No, you're using the old-timey, crank stuff. And,
Yeah, everything on the
Waka,
chair is
waka,
hex
waka.
wrench anyway. You're golden.
You've got the nail gun. I mean, but that's about it. But somehow, because of
But
your incredible
I have-
tinkering ability, you pull it off.
I mean,
and-
I have hex wrenches in my bag, so I have hex wrenches.
I got
So,
an idea. Maybe we-
yeah. So you have what you were carrying.
Maybe we pop the tires off and get just the metal on the mine, like a mine cart.
Ooh.
Yeah, that works. We'll
Right,
put 'em in
going
the-
along the
we'll
rail.
keep
Okay.
The tires, we'll
Sure.
leave the trash.
Yeah,
So you get
better.
the extra die to
They're
roll.
Kevlar lined.
Oh, that's cool.
Like for real. It's great.
So you can roll 3.
All right,
Bulletproof.
let's roll.
Self.
Yes, yes, yes!
That is 3 successes. Yeah, 3 successes. So you fire up that engine. Why don't you tell us what happens? You fire up that engine and
I fire on the engine. I hoist Moshe back onto the rack. And
My
kick it off. Let's ride.
Okay.
and you
Happy rolling.
squeeze the gas and bam. That chair just takes off down that rail system into the mine, and you are like speeding way faster than you can guess through this old silver mine now.
Yes.
With Moshe hanging off your back, screaming for his dear Jerry Lewis-ish life.
As I pass and we fist bump.
Yeah.
And then there's like the away. The away is me actually going away.
Yeah.
And you are headed through the silver mine with him.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Sheriff, you now stand alone in front of the mine against hundreds of deadites.
Alone?
Well,
Wait,
without,
what about my people?
Oh, you got your people. The 4 of them
People,
are
I'm
not.
still here. Don't worry.
Alone of
ready.
other PCs. Oh yeah, you are here now.
I'm
okay, so
here.
I'm sorry. You have Heather, the
What am
hero
I?
of-
Nobody? I'm the hero.
That's right. And the townspeople see you and they're like, oh, thank God, Heather will save us.
With my wooden sword.
What now?
Wooden?
It's made of wood.
And the townsfolk look a little skeptical. Get a what now? A wooden?
Magic.
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
We
haven't tested it
stay
yet.
focused here.
And those deadites start riding, they have been riding towards you, and they are now just starting to get to the part where you have buried those dynamite bombs.
Cool, well, let's let her rip.
Yeah, you've got the plunger, let's say. So let's say that that first line on the left starts riding towards you, and there are just more than you could count. Like I said, I mean, there are hundreds of these guys. So let's see how many you could, see if this works and see how many you take out. You are gonna, we'll call this groovy, passionate action. You are just blowing it up and hoping it works here. So you want to roll over your number, which is a 3. And you have blown up a lot of stuff because you were an Old West sheriff. This is the kind of thing you do. So we will say
In my
you can
fishing
roll,
career, yeah.
Yeah, you can roll 3 die here, unless you have something to do
wasn't
that can help her.
What is she aiming at right now?
She is about to push a plunger that is going to blow up some
fired me,
dynamite
acme,
under.
Oh,
the
you're
running
blowing the
towards you.
boomsticks?
Every single one of them, if I can.
All right.
You want to help?
Yeah,
don't
you got
know
another
how to
plunger?
Yes.
And in fact, Moshe strangely did hook up a second plunger
I did
and,
pick up a
and,
couple
and
of
let you
times.
know before he sped away with Nyx.
Oh, hey, by the way, there's an extra plunger for the dynamite.
So she will push the backup plunger, which adds
Yeah.
extra power to the plunger, because this is how
That
dynamite
is
works. I'm an
science.
expert. Do not look this up.
Sufficient science.
Sam will back me up, right, Sam? Thank you.
They're on
Rick facts,
opposite
yeah.
sides. So this is blowing up half the dynamite, and I'm on the other side blowing up the
That's
other
right.
half. We ran out of wire.
Yep.
So
we
we needed two. We're down to the wire, so we ran out of wire.
All right, you roll 3 groovy to see if you
Right.
help. Groovy, you're trying to roll over your number,
no.
which
What
is
that dummy says.
a 3.
That is a 3 success and a hail to the king.
Okay, you got a question, or you want to bank it? You want to bank it?
I'll bank it for now.
All right. But it works, so you can roll 4 now for your plunger. And
Huzzah.
those deadites are riding at you.
That is 2 successes.
All right, yeah, that's enough. That does it. And it's you hit that plunger and nothing happens. And you hit the plunger again and nothing happens. And you're a little worried for a second, and you hit the plunger a 3rd time, and those 6 charges all go off, just blowing the whole front of the canyon to hell.
And it knocks a little bit of her nurse's wig off, and she hops on a school bus. Joker.
Oh, yeah. No.
I literally just watched that movie today.
Really?
Did you get the
I'm
joke?
not kidding. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good then.
So yeah, deadite parts go flying everywhere. You have taken out a tremendous number of them, and the piles are blocking a lot of the other ones from getting into the canyon. So now there's just, I don't know, 4 or 5 on foot. They're coming, still coming towards you. Deadites don't stop because of injury. They don't get scared. But the sharpshooters are starting to open a fire on them. Now, these sharpshooters are townsfolk. Like I said, you're the only real fighter in this town. So they're not really that
Jerry
good.
has chickens, so
Chickens are much easier to shoot, says Jerry. And
Fish in a barrel.
so
quit shooting your livestock, Jerry, you weirdo.
they're laying down what to you would probably be a good cover fire. It's probably not going to take out too many of these guys, but you're facing 5 deadites coming at you.
Well, I better
Alright.
whip out my boomstick then.
All right,
Sheriff,
Sheriff.
Yes.
let's boomstick it up.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So you both got a rifle because we'll say
It's
that
a
you
boomstick
took a
up.
rifle from the army earlier. So
Sure,
you've
yeah.
both got a boomstick now.
Yeah, question.
Yeah.
Is that dude that looked like the leader amongst the ranks?
Great
yeah.
question.
That guy is right. Yes, he is right there walking towards you.
Does he have all of his body parts?
Absolutely.
Go into his rank and rub some
Don't
stank.
worry,
And he looks a
won't
little
for
frustrated.
much longer.
Very awesome. I couldn't think of an old western for awesome.
Well, he pulls his guns and he aims them at you, and when he shoots them, instead of bullets, just little like fire blasts come out of it.
Excuse
Why is it gotta
me?
be fire?
And those other 4 deadites are still just walking towards you.
All right. Well, I think it's time.
Townsfolk, Heather, save us!
With pleasure. All right, I take two-handed weaponry. We got boomstick in one hand, we've got sword on the other, and I am charging.
Okay. What are you doing?
Taking shots. I'm gonna stay
Don't
behind the
hit
cover now.
me!
All right. We'll start with you. You're shooting at a deadite. You got your boomstick. Let's say that deadite leader is coming down on you, so you're shooting at him. Shooting is what you do. We'll call this groovy. You can roll 3 die.
I'm also
You are also
charging and
but
shooting.
You're going to attack
my,
separately. So
yeah.
Reroll.
yeah. Okay. That's what the rerolls are good for. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, that's
7,
much better. That is 3 successes.
That's 3 successes,
Heck
except
yeah.
when I use a reroll, she's got to do it again.
You son of a gun.
Yeah, that's what I say.
Oh, that was a
1
good use.
success.
Oh.
Can I do another reroll?
Yeah, you
you
absolutely
can.
can.
Yeah, I know.
Burning off their rerolls is one of the best things my rerolls are good for.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, and that'll get it
Better
done.
than one.
You You know, this is
when
cool.
I'm in
One of
the
those
line of
Western
fire.
things where you're just, you know,
I'm
you're,
a professional. This is my career.
Meanwhile, not a professional.
Not a professional.
yeah, this is
Not
one of those
my
like
career.
cool Western things. You're just, you know, you're cocking the gun and shooting over and over and over, and you know, you shoot off that deadite's arms and its legs, and you start punching holes in its torso, and then finally you shoot its head right off, essentially just dismembering the whole thing by gunfire.
You killed the leader?
She killed the leader.
Honestly, I went a bit overboard. You know, I think a shot in the eye might have done it, but
That was amazing! Nix would have loved that! Also, I was kind of hoping that would make all the other ones die, but
They
it
do
didn't.
not die. No.
Dang it! Take that theory off the table.
So you are also attacking.
I am.
So you got a gun and a sword.
Yeah,
but
I'm
you are
going at it like
not
this.
quite the fighter that she is.
No, but I
so-
want to fire that way at 2. How many are left? 4, right?
4.
2 that way with the boomstick, and then I want to try to skewer the other one with the sword.
Okay. Why don't you roll? Oh,
It's a shish kaboom.
Absolutely.
shish kaboom. Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Kaboom.
Roll
It's my signature move now.
wild, passionate action for your shish kaboom.
I'm excited.
Right, how many am I? I'm trying to prove my love, so can I have an extra die because I'm trying to be extra heroic and epic in this particular moment?
Well, that is not how the rules
Hoping,
work, but sure.
Thanks.
You're
Also,
definitely-
wish
Yeah,
that
you are the hero-
Rosaline
you are the
was
hero of
watching,
destiny.
but she's not.
So you can roll 2 for this.
Right. Oh, okay. And I wanted what?
You want to roll over your
Over,
number, which
oh,
is
right.
3.
Can I reroll just 1 die, or is it like a pool thing? I have to reroll.
Yeah,
all
you
of
can roll
them?
just 1. You are
Yeah,
allowed to reroll
wait.
them
Am
all,
I-
but you can reroll just 1.
I'm gonna reroll just 1.
I just made it up.
great.
I'm taken from the pot,
Nah.
and I got my number, so
As
2
it happens
successes.
with the pot for Heather.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait, ask where the dog is.
Yeah. Where's the? I'm up front. Do I see the dog?
you do not see the dog.
I don't see the dog.
You don't see the dog, but you do successfully shoot one of those deadites straight in its face while planting your sword right through the skull of the second one. And those 2 deadites are dead as
Very
fried chicken.
Michonne of you.
Thanks. How do you know that reference?
What? You are.
Also, does anything in particular happen to the sword when like Deadite blood gets on it?
No.
What? You're not magic. What?
No, but
Dang it!
that Kandarian dagger does kill that deadite very easily just by stabbing it.
I mean, I stabbed it in the head.
and it died. But if you
Oh,
stabbed
we
it with a
stabbed it in
regular
the head,
sword,
that's right.
If you stabbed it with a regular sword, probably wouldn't
Oh.
die. Just would have ran around with a
Didn't
sword in
win.
its head, right?
Sorry
with like
that I
glitter stick.
doubted
Yeah.
you, little wooden friend.
When I hit them with my litter stick.
And there are 2 more deadites bearing down on you.
I do the
are
epic
they-
move
am I-
of like one-handed.
I see Sarah
Okay.
Connor.
What was it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, I was gonna say, are none of the townsfolk's spray and pray is working out?
They're
There's
trying.
like a bunch of them.
Right, they're trying their best. They are not really
Jesus.
fighters. They're farmers. What they are doing
There's
is
a bunch of them, you know, with the odds.
and that rain of gunfire is sort of slowing.
Are you back?
That rain of gunfire is like slowing the deadites' advance.
The tragic incompetence of non-player characters.
Oh yes.
It's slowing their advance, but it is not really stopping them. And plus, there were a lot of other deadites, so many of them are being hit by the townspeople, just not these particular 5 that were bearing down on the 2 of you. So you got 2 left.
All right.
Each one try to take 1. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
You roll 3 groovy. You roll 2 groovy.
Okay.
Both trying to roll over your number.
Oh, that's 3 success and 1
wow.
meets. I would like to know if I see my dog. Where is the dog?
Yes.
That's a good.
The dog.
Important questions.
The dog is running across the desert, headed back towards.
Yay!
Since she finally asked the right question.
Yeah.
There we go. Do I see it?
No, you do not see the dog.
I got 1 success.
You got 1 success. What did you do? You got 3 successes.
3 successes.
So you got 1 success. You kind of winged it, but it doesn't matter because Sheriff Bassett over here is so good that she just took off 2 of those deadites
You
nice
like
and
that?
easy.
This is my boomstick.
It's a pretty good boomstick.
And
If I wasn't lusting after someone else right now, I'd be so turned on right now.
Thank you so much. That is the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You should talk to more people. I bet
I
they
talk
like
to
you
a lot of
lot.
people. They just either hate me because I'm the authority, or they don't respect me because they wish they were
What?
the authority.
But you're so powerful, and you've got a
Thank
shiny
you.
talisman on your jacket.
Did you say it was shitty?
I said shiny.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely not shitty.
And while you two are doing
shit
whatever
down.
this is, we will cut back to the 2 of you streaking through this silver mine at high speed.
I imagine this is the minecart level of Donkey Kong.
Yes, this
Absolutely.
is minecart level. It's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. You're leaping broken tracks. You're ducking underneath stalactites. I mean, this is
There's
just
a lot of boogers flying out of my nose
There
and
are-
everything.
I'm really glad you're behind me,
boogers.
dude.
There are boogers flying out of his nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's canon now. Yeah.
And it sticks to my cheek,
And
but I can't. I'm like trying to get.
He knows what he
What's
did.
wrong with
and then suddenly
you? You sick?
I got allergies.
It's not a big deal. Just come on.
and then
Yeah,
suddenly
got allergies.
Oh, okay. It's like-
hang on. And suddenly at the end of the tunnel you see a light.
Headlights.
Don't die.
Well, it is daylight, or
It's
not
red light.
not daylight.
Since
It
when?
is the red of the sky from outside. Is the outdoor light.
All right.
You recognize you have come to an exit, and
The sky is
the
over.
tracks just shoot straight out, and you follow them. And as you shoot out the side, you notice a couple of things. You come right out, and there, walking across the mesa, Necronomicon in hand, is Rosalind. But behind her is a whole bunch of deadites who seem to be shadowing at a safe distance and not interested in her at all.
I got a question
Yeah.
from my hail. Is she the bad guy? Is she bad?
Oh yeah,
She
she's
evil?
she
Oh,
she is your
no.
sleeper
She said
agent.
betrayer.
Oh, all right.
In case that wasn't perfectly obvious yet.
I,
I was trying to figure out.
But remember, their
I thought
reasoning
it was you the whole
just
time.
self-preservation.
I felt that.
that is what Heather
Oh,
believes.
good. At least
That is what
I
was told
have
to
no
me.
guile whatsoever.
So the 2 of you come streaking out. You see her. She is holding the Necronomicon. There are deadites around her. What do you want to do?
I'm just going to roll. Just as I maintained my velocity going into that basement that one time,
Okay.
I'm just going to maintain my minecart velocity that was building up through that whole trip right into our friend.
Okay. Why don't you roll 3 for this? You're steering your chair.
This is
You've been
all-
going through the
this is-
minecart. You're getting the hang
this
of
is
it
what I
now.
do.
Now you're on a straightaway. This is a little easier. Roll 3. We'll call this groovy.
I'm
Just like
gonna
we-
let go.
Yeah. Okay. You let go and you
That's
fall
how
to
you
the
help.
ground.
You actually reduce
You're
weight.
gonna get hurt.
Giving them a little bit more momentum.
Tuck and roll. Tuck and roll.
2 successes.
2 successes. Well, what I will say is you go shooting straight off the track, straight towards her. You grab the Necronomicon out of her hand as you pass her. But your chair, going so fast, rockets right through that mob of deadites over the side of the mesa. And you go flying over the side, falling off a cliff. You see the ground coming, you're coming to your death when suddenly these sounds of these blaring engines and Huey Lewis music blasting as these 2 flaming streaks just shoot out of the sky, and there is a flying DeLorean. And it pops just out of this, just out of nowhere, and right below you comes and just hooks you up and lands under your chair. Your chair literally comes right on top of it, and it hovers straight back up to the mesa.
Heather would love this death trip.
And this weird-looking guy with white hair leans out, and he's like, don't worry, I think my insurance will cover the damage. And then you hear this whiny voice from inside go, Doc, shouldn't we be getting on now? And then the car just like lifts up and flies off into the air and just disappears, leaving 2 flaming tire streaks behind it.
That's a DMC DeLorean. It was an Irish-made car that was paid for with money from the mob. There's a whole tanker full of them at the bottom of the ocean. They're just sitting there not doing nothing.
Hashtag Mush Effects.
Whoa.
And
That one flies them.
And you've got the Necronomicon back in your hand.
Yeah.
And that car has disappeared, and you two are talking in front as the army of farmers are finally
I sense
starting
something
to.
cool just happened.
Yeah, the farmers army, the farmy, has started driving off the other Deadites. But
Not sure how much farming happens.
way back when, you had read the incantation to send them back to the future. And you didn't do that great at it, but you did read it, and it just took a little while. See, because while the 2 of you are talking, and while the 2 of you are up behind the mine, and you are running across the mesa, there's a weird flickering in the sky, and this weird like spinning, and suddenly that portal, the same portal that opened up above the Nobi cabin, opens up again, and it just starts sucking everything upwards. But you seem fine, and you seem fine, no matter how hard the wind blows, no matter how much other heavier things seem to be picked up. The 2 of you don't move. It's just the Deadites and them, just the future stuff. And they are pulled up into the air, and you are both watching them disappear.
Oh, no, not again. Okay.
Wait, what's happening?
Maybe hold on to me or something.
I didn't even get to punch her.
And
Wait.
the townspeople are, thank you, you saved us all. You're our hero of destiny. We'll never forget you.
Please make me super buff in the photos.
Yeah, they actually remember, and now you start to remember that when you visited this place hundreds of years from now, in your own time, there's actually a statue of someone who looks just like you in the middle of the town square.
How did I
which
not
at the time,
notice that?
Right, it's just
Because you were young.
You were young.
A kid. You didn't know what adult you looked like.
Right, now it all adds
I was
up.
fond of that statue.
And that statue is still there to this very day.
It's really good.
Oh, next road trip.
Oh, so much.
And you try, but you cannot hold on to her as she's sucked into the sky, and all of you go into the portal.
Tell Rose about it.
King for you.
Can I get one
Thank
last
you.
thing done before we go?
Yes, absolutely.
I'd like to
Flashback.
shoot Rosalind.
Oh, okay, you can give it a shot.
My process.
Oh my gosh.
You evil.
You've got a gun, but you are not much of a killer, Moshe. So you are a cool.
But he's so cool.
You're a cool character, and this is. How are you doing this? Are you strafing? Are you trying to pick her off?
I'm trying to pick her off. I think
All right, we'll call that cool, calm, precise action, which is your
Bango.
thing. But you are not much of a killer, so you can roll 1 die for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I please assist my homie doing something?
Yeah, you can.
Super
Hang
metal.
on.
This is the exact opposite of what you guys promised.
I never promised it.
You did.
You're not here.
I didn't.
I'm
Okay.
being. I
Sends
thought
I love.
Wait. I thought I was being sucked up.
Yeah, you're
Aren't they
like
with me?
flying around in
No,
the air.
you're on the opposite sides of the thing.
Yeah, you're on opposite
So
sides of the
meet
line.
at
Oh, I assumed since it opened. Where did it open then?
the sky.
Right. Oh, so I got sucked out that way.
Yeah, you got sucked up
I
from one
assumed
side.
it was like where they were, so I was getting sucked out the exit tunnel.
Sorry.
No, we suck
Oh.
differently.
Yes.
Dang it.
So yeah, you want to help? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Towards
I
Rosalie.
want to like grab him to sort of stabilize him as we are getting sucked into the sky.
Okay.
Just to sort of like ground him so he can aim and it's not
Let's
as shaky.
call that groovy like you did
Yeah.
last time with
Yeah.
her. So roll 1,
Yeah.
given the circumstances.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stabilize.
Wow, that worked.
I'm
You're
so
stable much in the way
So
that
you
I
can
know
roll
is
2.
not.
I'm used to it.
All right. I'm gonna do that.
It's nothing personal except it totally is.
I wanted to roll under. Yeah, right. No, 2 successes. Good.
Can I use my deflection spell?
You can totally try. This is what it's for. You are an ace at this. Roll 3, and you are rolling groovy. That's what we've been doing for your magic.
Okay. I got 3 successes.
Yeah, you deflect that bullet, and not only do you deflect it, but that bullet goes flying right back and hits Moshe right in the shoulder.
I should have seen that coming a mile
That
away.
wasn't my goal, but I just needed the power. I didn't mean to hurt any of you.
And-
Don't shoot at me.
Not
Cripes.
yeah, and
Bullet wounds.
Moshe, you were shot in the shoulder, and that is the last thing you get to do as the four of you are sucked into the portal, and the two of you in the Old West just see this portal just close in the sky, and everything goes silent, and the Deadites are gone, and peace is restored.
Can at the last moment before the portal closed, can I see King show up and jump into my arms?
Please.
We'll say right after the portal closes, King comes tottering over the hill. No, they don't get to find out.
No.
You.
Don't
but
worry,
you get
we'll
your
look in
dog
the
back.
history books.
And history.
I'll
books?
write a note on the statue.
Dang, oh my.
King,
can I have-
he's probably dead by
Oh
the
my
time you're
God.
reading this. He's probably dead. But
You leave that message, and we'll see if it gets through. Because
No, but did it get through? Because I loved that statue as a kid. Did I ever find a note?
yes, you did. You didn't understand it, but it said.
It says, all hail the king?
No, it said, Heather, I found my dog.
Oh. And I didn't know that was addressed to me
No,
as a
why,
kid?
Or you
why
didn't know
would
who it was
somebody write
from.
something in the 1800s to you? It wouldn't make any sense. You wouldn't know who it's from.
know.
But now you remember,
things
and
written
now
in
suddenly it all
motion.
makes sense.
Oh.
All right. So, you see them disappear in the sky. The three of you, just like last time, you were tossed through this multicolored portal, spinning, churning, turning.
Rainbow!
You see all the cowboy deadites
keep
around
this
you
back.
flying, their guns sort of drifting off into the ether. And then you see the light at the end of the tunnel again as you come flying out of the portal and once again just come crashing down to the ground. And once again, battered,
bunch of
bruised.
moaners.
Yeah, bunch
I
of
told you
whiners.
we'd be moaning later. Foreshadowing.
And you sort of get up and you look around and you know it's a little cool. You're you know it's a little cold. You're not in the desert anymore, certainly. And
Desert gets cold.
you turn around, like the sky is the sky. You immediately notice this weird yellowy color, very unnatural looking, and there's a strange smell in the air. And there's weird like ash kind of raining down from the sky. It's like ashes, like snow, like thick snow kind of ash.
Shit, you're in Silent Hill.
And it's not
No,
snow.
it's even worse.
It's actually
It's Florida.
ash. And hang on. And you turn around behind you, and behind you, what you see is what you recognize as New York City, except it's not New York City. It's broken down ruin. Buildings collapsed, broken in half, long overgrown with vegetation. You are looking around, you can easily tell that these things have been knocked over for a long time. Wherever you are, it is long past any kind of civilization where you are standing. It looks
I know where we are. We're right near Russ and Daughters. You guys want a whitefish sandwich?
and as he says that, above you in the air, you see circling deadites. Only these deadites are much larger than the ones you know, and they have big, like bat-like wings.
Uh-oh.
And they sort of circle you vulture-like. And we'll see you next week. That's it.
This is fine. Everything's fine.
Oh boy.
We will see you next week for Evil Dead post-apocalypse version.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and so first off, thank you so much to Anna and Megan, our guests. You guys were great.
I'm so glad you guys didn't die.
Yeah, you didn't die this time. See?
so glad.
I'm 1 out of 2 glad.
Guests do not have to
Testament
die.
to your medal.
And thank you so much, everybody, all the subs, all you were so generous with us tonight. Once again, really just thank you so much. So real quick, let's go around, tell the folks where they can find you.
I have to pee so bad.
Oh, go fast.
Speak quickly.
No, you're good. Do it.
You go first.
Do your
Me
thing.
is what I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm Max Isaacson. You can find me on the socials at Brosis Movies. It's like Brother Sister Movies, or you can see my directing work at brosismovies.com.
I'm Havana, and you could find me at. Sorry, I've had to pee for like an hour.
You could have gone.
I just didn't want to miss anything. It's Havana Rama on Twitter, HAVANARAMA. And then also I'm stream full-time on Twitch, the Vigi Games, right here on the Twitchverse. And they're going to be starting 6 days a week starting tomorrow. So you can tune in for that. That's Vanna_Rama, VANA_RAMA. And I will be on Lore Masters the second week of March. So tune in for that over at Geek and Sundry and Alpha.
Sweet. Hi, I'm Sam Jaleb. You can find me on Twitter at Chaikovsky, CHAIKOVSKY. You can also find me on Mondays at the Plunders and Blunders podcast with the very fine Gina DeVivo. That's the one who just made the cool hand gesture.
Check it out, a lot of fun.
You can also find me tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Happy Jacks RPG for Interpol X, where I am Sunny Smith, Agent Sunny Smith. It's very perky. You can also find me on Fridays at Geek and Sundry at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Shield of Tomorrow, the Star Trek RPG with this one, as well as our after show on Project Alpha at 7:30 on Fridays. Behind the Shield.
Sam is everywhere.
And I'm Gina DeVivo. You can find me on Twitter at PocketGina, also same name under Twitch. And all the lovely shows that Sam just mentioned, and also 9:30 p.m. Wednesday night at Geek and Sundry. I'm also on Weave Society with some amazing people playing the incredible game Weave. It's great. You should watch. I am currently playing an AI.
The best AI.
Yes.
My dice were really excited about that.
Hi, I'm Megan Caves. You can find me on Twitter at Megan Caves. It's MEGHANCAVES. You can catch this character, Rosaline, on Wild Cards. It's our Savage Worlds Deadlands Reloaded show, Friday nights, 8 p.m. right here on Saving Throw. And we actually have also started putting it out as a podcast. If you back Saving Throw Patreon $10 or more, you get access to it a week early. I'm also on Iron Keep Wednesday nights at 8 with Havana here. It's our D&D 5e show. We are doing the Barrier Peaks right now. It's pretty interesting. And then you can also catch me, Jordan Caves Callerman, and Gaurav Gulati on our GM podcast called Experience Pointers. You can find us on Twitter at EXP Pointers Pod. And again, you do get that a week early if you back here at Saving Throw Show Patreon. I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm Rick Budd. You can find me at rbud913 on Twitter, or you can just follow the show at Tempting Fate RPG. Real quick, the secret objective for tonight was Max's, and his job was to try and convince everybody that Havana was the traitor.
Oh, imagine that.
He tried, but nobody bought it. She was just too good.
You were too lawful good.
And Rick and Dom, who did the chat choose to get Chainsaw Arm next week?
That was a thing?
Yeah, that was the $200 tier. The chat was supposed to pick Chainsaw Arm.
I think we hit it in the first 30
We hit it like before the game started.
We also didn't talk.
Oh, I didn't realize that chat got to pick that.
Chat, at the beginning of next show, you're going to get to pick who gets the chainsaw arm. Start thinking about it now. It is Max, Sam, or Gina. God bless you.
Thank you.
So yeah, we will make good on that. I promise. Someone's getting a chainsaw arm. Once again, not the character, the actual actor. We will,
Oh, you get to see us cut our arm off.
Yes, it's going to be great.
TV?
You don't want to miss that.
We're on the radio.
On the
We
radio.
didn't do any
Yeah.
switcheroos,
AM.
so do we have to do 2 next week?
Oh, we didn't do the switcheroo. God, this is what happens when everything unlocks too fast.
Yeah.
We'll do 2 of them next week.
Chaos!
Oh, it's gonna be like that Muscles and Miracles episode.
Yeah, it is.
Writing it
We're all
down
just
right
gonna
now.
meet each
Wow.
other again.
2 switches for next week, and the chat
you did much
picks
better.
chainsaw arm. Everybody, thank you.
That's all I want in life.
Thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow night, Uncanny Valley at 7:30, and we will be back here next week, same time, with part 3 of Evil Dead, which is actually our season finale. And it will be Max, Sam, Gina, and we will have special guest Heather Wood and Nick Gilman. And thank you for tempting fate with us. Good night.
Bye.